polite than you would have been.
Oh, yeah. So what kind of cash did you need?
Go through, get a background check, took him about 25 minutes. He had to ride with Rawa parents out to the golf course.
Kick it with. They haven't had a lot of plays either, have they?
No.
Their leading rusher's only 621 yards.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Was it 1 and 7?
That ain't like them either.
No.
They're usually pretty stout.
Do they have a new head coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Not Thompson no more.
No. You saw the writing on the wall. It's Nate Thomas.
Used to be Kurt
Where did
Thompson.
he come from?
I don't know.
Kurt Thompson.
Cooper Cruel is one of his assistants. He used to be a head coach down there.
That he came out of Kansas City.
Did Kurt Thompson coach somewhere else this year? I'm thinking.
I don't know. I thought he retired.
I think he went to another school though and coached down that direction. Or he came out of retirement or something. This
Yeah,
year.
he might have come out of retirement.
I think he went to either Willard or Ozark.
Ozark Sports Zone said he retired.
He was there for a while. So my complaining of managers 4 deep up in the customer service chain wound up getting me $50 bill credit when I told them I want a month of free service. My monthly bill is only $34 a month. I was like, okay. Once you fix it, I will pay you your money, is what I told him. Sounds fair, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Until you fix it, I'm not paying you.
Really down there talking all the kickabout coaches. Probably tell them what happened last week at Glendale.
Well, he came dressed prepared, didn't he?
Yeah, he.
So who's the head coach today?
Tom Gromanis.
The offensive, sure he's the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he has been a head coach before.
So should I mean he
Which 1A or 2A school was it?
Yeah.
Should I mean he gets credit for the land instead of Grayley?
If we win. That's certainly not a done deal.
Well, they just don't have a whole lot of shit on their stance either.
Oh, probably 16-hour credit, probably with the report though. I see it's like.
It's kind of neat how they did that picture though. How they kind of
Yeah.
molded that. My front page story has to share the historic Boy Scouts extend the girls.
Well, their kickoff returns are pretty good, or as many as they probably got.
Yes, come up here.
40.6.
They're kind of like us.
Yeah.
When your kickoff return
It's
and, and,
the
your,
best stat
and,
you
your,
got.
and your punter are the two best stats you got on your team. That
That
is
ain't
not
good.
a good year.
That is not good. That's pretty bad, isn't
Yeah.
it? I'm sitting there looking for something, I found one. Kickoff returns.
I did not bring my power cord for my iPad. Oh well. I got half the battery still. That should be fine.
We pretty well Adams and Lawson last week too.
He did not.
He never carried the ball?
No. They threw to him a bunch.
Well, that's one of the problems. That's why
Lawson
they need two in the backfield. It's so bad. All year they've needed two in the backfield.
Yeah. Because Lawson, I mean, he may be a good runner. He could have one blocker in front of him.
Well, you got Butler. You design it to where they trade off or whatever. Adams is gonna bust one for you.
Yeah,
He was like, can we figure it out? I was like,
but all we do is run Adams to the outside. We don't run it anywhere else.
No. There's no traps. There's no pulling of anybody. There's kind of a half-ass counter.
Yeah,
I mean, that's about
that's
it.
about what it is. You're right.
Well, Marv, they kind of hired my replacement for the newspaper for Waynesville.
Oh, did
they
they?
were like,
Except they didn't hire her because she didn't have any sports experience. So she's in a trial period to see how she does.
Oh. What they hire for?
I
Boobs?
figure like from the other side.
Well, she's got a master's in journalism, but they said she didn't have enough sports writing experience.
Well, yeah.
I was thinking like, master's in journalism. Yeah, that's the other place right there.
Yes.
Hey, what's happening? It's Mark.
We're just gonna sit there the whole game.
Oh, well, I've had problems getting on post. How about you? Alan just told me. I said he was having as much problem with this as I was having with Misha the other day. Oh, man. Frustration City, man. I went home and had a couple of shots of bourbon. What did you do?
Got it to work.
Sweet.
Pick up the work.
Right. That's good.
Was I supposed to say no, it's not gonna work? I was like, the screen ain't gonna work, the light ain't going out. But you think it's good?
You gotta
Oh,
watch
okay.
hanging around, right?
Oh, that was good. So, all right, you got time to go over and.
Let's go
It's
more
not,
like
yep, it's not the Lebanon Scout, is it?
Yeah.
Is that the last piece is probably?
Oh,
Or
okay.
a fly in the room, but
Okay, yeah, we'll wait till Fox News is done.
Well, these coming falling down in
I think I got my thing up and running. The headsets are showing the green volume, so that's good.
Good.
Yeah, I'm getting noise out of the headset, so that's good.
well, that's pretty impressive.
Okay, so all you gotta do is hit the red, whatever the hell red thing is, huh?
Other than that, what now? You have the echo stuff?
Okay, that'll work. So I have no idea, man. I'll tell you what, I've been busting my butt trying to get all those commercials for tomorrow's game. Get up my butt up to Warsville. So it's been a busy day today.
It's my first date, but
97.9 FM. Yeah.
And I covered it.
Yeah.
I don't have a pen with me, no.
I was going to try to Skype, but the only problem is if you Skype, I can't hear the commercials.
Now the question is, do I have
I mean,
to
through the Skype, I can hear what's going on, but through this stuff, I have never been able to hear the commercials through the other end with this Google stuff. Okay? So, as long as we're going to be up there in Blair Oaks, I'm using the cell phone so I know what commercials are being played at the time. So,
I'm sure I'll rotate. I for sure keep it.
oh, okay, all right.
She said she
Yeah, I'm gonna probably come up to I'm gonna try and get to the station about 11. I would imagine it only takes about an hour to get to Blair Oaks from the radio station. I mean, I can get into Dixon in 15 minutes. And then out of Dixon, I don't know how far, Mead is only about, what, 15 miles out of Dixon at the most? Oh, Mead is? Oh, okay.
Grab another drink.
Okay, sounds good, thanks, Jim.
Need another drink holder somewhere here. Those are my keys. I lost my little clicky deal that on it, or my little clipper deal that clips onto my belt. Alright, and then it's getting dark already, so my photos are gonna be crap. So if I borrow one of these chairs, they're not gonna miss it.
Oh, they probably will. Good. They'll probably steal it back when you go down the field.
Probably, but we'll see. I could put my red cushion on there. Well, there's my clip deal.
Okay.
Let's see if they move it.
cannot get rid of that for some reason. He don't know how. He don't know why it's coming up. He says, I think it's the new computer. Okay, damn, we haven't had a new computer in this freaking long. You know, a new program. Oh, okay, whatever it is, you know. Dan's always got some kind of excuse what it could be.
Battery at home still, don't
Okay. You got the red button hit? Have you hit the red button? Okay, let me pick up my headset and I'm going to try it. Now I'm going to give the date, where we're at, and I'm going to hit 5 seconds of my opening, okay? Okay. Yes, that's right. That's one of the problems here.
Or halfway to the week for Tuesday is a band.
Yeah.
In Waynesville.
Oh, band singers or just
The drum majors. That's our athletes of the week for the next 2 weeks. We're getting very desperate on athletes of the week. I think we're gonna call them students of the week or something. I don't know. It's still an extracurricular activity.
Right.
So,
Yep.
well, that's technically
Falls under Misha.
That's technically required by some of them because they have to take the class, but
Well, Dan falls under Misha.
yeah, so it makes Waynesville happy. Another week, and then I just cover Frisco League, and then the new person gets to deal with all the Waynesville fun. Isn't it nice knowing stuff like that?
Okay, here we go. All right, this is the 13th day of October. We are at Waynesville. Give me a quick yell, Mike.
Oh, can we go 0-20?
Okay, let's hit the opening.
It's time for the 2017 edition of Waynesville Tiger Football.
All right, this is check number 2 on this 13th day of October. Mike, real quick.
0-19, we're going to break it.
It's time for the 2017 edition of Waynesville Tiger Football.
All right. Okay, I heard him say 0-19, we're going to break it. That's a jinx. I said, hell, Hartley, you just jinxed us, man. Okay, so how much time we got on the...
It's time for the 2017 edition of Waynesville Tiger Football. Our game is being brought to you by your seasoned sports sponsors, along with B&B Theaters, Balfour Beatty Community, Columbia College, Lowe's Chevrolet, Mercy Pharmacy of St. Robert, MWR of Fort Leonard Wood, Odyssey Scuba, Ogle Chiropractic, Park University, Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, the Piney Ridge Center, Sellers Sexton Auto Group, your shelter insurance agent Mike Anthony in Waynesville, and St. Robert Glass. Let's take you to the press box. The kickoff is 15 minutes away.
Well, good evening. It is week number 9. The Waynesville Tigers are hosting the Kickapoo Chiefs, and good evening. Marv Luton along with my partner Mike Hartley. We will be joined by, I'm sure, Shane McPherson up here in the booth to do a little spotting for us. Good evening, Michael.
Good evening, Marv, and boy, you couldn't ask for a better evening. Sun's done set. We're not going to fight it tonight. Hopefully we fight a little bit of the Kickapoo Chiefs tonight and break this losing streak.
0-19 right now. Keep this from going to number 20, and actually the Chiefs are not having the best of seasons. The Waynesville Tigers and the Kickapoo Chiefs have had some pretty... real headbangers, helmet bangers over the last several years. Now, this Chiefs team, they are big, but they are just not that talented this year. They are in what I guess people call a rebuilding year.
Rebuilding year, and I believe they got a new coach, new head coach, Marv, kind of like what we went through a couple years ago. So they're kind of trying to get a new program going down there, get it established. We've been trying, and hopefully tonight we can break that on senior night especially. That would be a good way for these seniors to go out.
Oh, it would be a great way for the seniors to go out. The only problem we have here, well, not the only problem besides Kickapoo, but we will not have 2 of our key defensive players, and we will not have our head coach, Brad Draley. All 3 ejected last week at Springfield Glendale, and, you know, probably I don't need to be saying too much about that game because it still frustrates me. The lopsidedness of the penalties that we're throwing. I understand we are frustrated. Okay.
Yeah, and it is frustrating, but you know, there's always that in the back of our heads, Marv. That you know, Misha has a tough problem getting enough zebra stripes out on the field anyway. So you know, sometimes it's off balance, and it was one of them nights.
Certainly was. We will take a break here from some of our fine sponsors, and we will be back in just a little bit. Don't go away. You're listening to Tiger Football on 102.3 FM.
It's the place there's no place else like. Home. It's the circle of chairs around your fire pit, where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Ask your agent for details. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Mike Anthony, your Shelter Insurance agent in Waynesville.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the movie theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
Check out the list of afternoon matinees at bbtheaters.com and relax in comfort and style with an ice-cold Pepsi and delicious food item from the food-to-go menu. B&B Theaters of Waynesville.
You're listening to KOZQ 102.3 FM Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Get Napa know-how at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue in St. Robert and get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Sellers Sexton self-satisfaction.
That's right. That's over 40 years of selling satisfaction, and our customers have stayed with us since day one. Just listen.
Everyone I dealt with was courteous and friendly, fair price, and the vehicle looked great.
And right now, get huge savings on new 2017 Ford cars. Up to $4,500 cash back on Focus, up to $3,500 cash back on Fusion, and save up to $6,750 cash back on Taurus. Plus, there's thousands in additional seller section discounts on top of all these great rebates. Hurry in for the deals while they last. But only at Seller Section Ford of St. Robert or sellersexton.com.
Come on!
Mercy Pharmacy of St. Robert, located at 586 Route 66, is open 6 days a week with a convenient drive-up window to professionally service all of your prescription needs. Mercy Pharmacy also carries all of the over-the-counter medicines for allergies, so it doesn't matter when allergy season arrives. Mercy Pharmacy participates in a number of prescription benefit plans, so take your prescriptions to a pharmacy you can depend on. Stop by Mercy Pharmacy, 586 Route 66 in St. Robert, right next door to Mercy Medical Center.
We're back here, Marv Luton, along with Mike Hartley, as we get ready for this football game with the Waynesville Tigers and the Kickapoo Chiefs. I want to go back to last week for just a moment. Last year, when Glendale came down here, we ended up with 45 yards in penalties on one play. Last week at Glendale, if Glendale wasn't so close to the goal line, we would have had 45 yards in penalties on another play. It is just a rivalry that is developed between Waynesville and Glendale, and it is not a good rivalry. It's a dirty rivalry between both teams, and I think both athletic directors need to get together, both football coaches need to get together, and bring the kids together as well and say, when you guys play each other, you better clean it up, because that was a dirty football game last week.
Oh, absolutely, Marvin. And that's where, if one thing leads to another, if you have to, you get the athletic directors out there at halftime, off to the side, pull them referees and say, hey, guys, let's get control of this game, because the last thing you want at a high school football game or any kind of high school sports, anything, is to lose control of a game. And from what I was listening to, that they just kind of lost control of the game.
Well, the referees lost control of the game to begin with, because they didn't blow the whistle. They let them kids play, and when you let the kids play, they are taught to stop. And Shane and I talked about this last week. Yeah. They are taught to play to the whistle. And you were a coach.
Absolutely.
You told them the same thing.
That's right.
Play to the whistle. But when the whistle didn't blow, they kept playing. And a couple of kids got upset because of the extended play when they knew the play should be over. And that's when things got a little bit out of hand. But I am liking the way this Tiger team is coming on the field. We are not jogging. We are flying on the field here tonight for senior night. So hopefully these kids are ready. And look what's behind all the varsity Tigers. It's the 8th grade, the 7th grade, and the middle school football teams as well. That's pretty cool, and they are flat flying out there too.
I think we even got the Pee Wee League out there with them.
We might have Waynesville Tiger football that plays at Slaughter Field on Saturday afternoon. And there's even a couple of girls out there, I think. That is really great. So again, we come back to this game with the Kickapoo Chiefs, who beat us 43-0
last year down at Kickapoo. Of course, last year Kickapoo came in at 7-1.
Yeah.
This year they're 1-7, so they have had a turnaround.
Exactly, turnaround, and they're coming in fighting just like the Waynesville Tigers. Marv are going to come in fighting this, and like I said, I mentioned it before. This is senior night. These juniors and sophomores and a few of the freshmen, they want to send these guys out with a big W because they didn't get one last year. So, and they're running out of time this year.
It looks like the districts right now are set. I have a feeling we will probably be going to Springfield or to Branson. Next week. Glendale is the number 1 seed right now. Lebanon number 2 in our district. Both of them are 5-3. Glendale plays Camdenton tonight, and Lebanon will be playing Parkview. And let's see, I have where they were going to be playing. Glendale will be at Camdenton, and Lebanon will be at Parkview. Again, those two are fighting for the number 1 and number 2 spots. I don't think, even if Ozark beats Bolivar, and Bolivar is 3-5, Ozark is 4-4. That is at Bolivar tonight. I don't think Bolivar gets enough points to jump over the top of Lebanon. Because I look for Lebanon to probably beat Parkview tonight. Lebanon,
they should.
Yeah, they should. So we're the number 5 seed. Springfield Central, I don't think they're playing Chaminade. And who scheduled that game?
Oh, no. That must have been one of the last things drawn out of the hat.
Chaminade Flyer. That's why Springfield Central's getting into the Ozark Conference next year, because they've got to travel all over. Chaminade, the Flyers, are a St. Louis powerhouse. They're not having the best of years this year, but they're 4-3, but they play all the big schools up in the St. Louis area.
You know as well as I do, Marv, because you're from that area. Chaminade's known for their athletics, period. I mean, basketball, track, football.
I remember we went up there one year. And
on Saturday, I believe.
I think you're right. It was on a Saturday, and we beat Chaminade, and this is when we had a pretty good football team. Shane's up here. Were you with the Tigers at the time? Okay, it was a year before he came here, but we had a pretty good football team that year as well. But Chaminade, one of the big powerhouses up in the St. Louis area, I would imagine they will stay at 0-9, and even if we lose to Kickapoo here, we'll be 0-9. We will still notch the number 5 seed, and we will go to the number 4 seed in the first week of districts, and that will be Branson. So it probably will be another trip to a really neat press box down there. If I keep talking about this, I'm telling you what, man. I mean, you're sitting in comfy chairs. The only thing you're missing is that little lever on the side to kick that sucker back and recline.
You think they got a little tax revenue down there?
They have plenty of money down there at Branson. So we will probably be there next Friday night. I don't think anything's going to change. Kickapoo. They could jump up one. They may be able to overtake Ray-Pec. Ray-Pec is 2-6 with 21.36 points. Ray-Pec is playing Blue Springs tonight. That is not going to be easy for Ray-Pec. Kickapoo playing here at Waynesville. They're about 1.5 points behind, so they could jump from number 8 to number 7. And since that is an 8-team district down there, everybody will play on the first week. The winner will, or actually the number 8 seed will take the number 1 seed, and that's probably going to be Lee Summit West, and they're 7-1. You don't want to play them.
When I look at Ray-Pec being 2-6, and I know their program too, Marv, but you got to look at who they're playing up there: Blue Springs and the Lee Summit schools and the Liberty schools
and the Rockhurst.
I mean, it is a killer area.
Yeah, and you got Rockhurst too. And Joplin's in this, and Joplin is they're 7-1 on the season. They are number 3 in the district at 7-1, and what a program Joplin has this year. They're number 3 in that district.
You know what? Your heart's still got to go out for Joplin with the tornado. We go back to that and everything, and losing the school and the whole works. And I tell you what, my hat's off to that program down there. They have really, really fought hard to get everything back.
And I really believe, if they have one game left in them, and they're playing Hillcrest tonight, they beat Hillcrest, Joplin will leave the Ozark Conference as the champions.
What a way to go out!
Yeah, that'll be a way for the Joplin program to go out. And you're right, they're still recovering from the tornado. Tom Gramatis is the head coach of the Waynesville Football Tigers tonight, replacing Coach Draley, who is somewhere over in the school, either watching or hopefully maybe listening to us. Talk a little bit about what this Tiger team needs to do, and I still think they need to get the ball to number 4, David Adams, a lot more.
Absolutely, Marvin. You know, we've known all year, and actually coming from last year, that our line is a little bit on the small side. So you're just going to have to, adjust to that. We still have the Waynesville quickness in there. So I'm like you. We've got to get Adams more involved, even if we have to put 2 backs in the backfield, mix it up a little bit, run some counters, run some traps, do something to mix it up.
Because you put Adams on the end and you do the –
Put him in motion all the time.
What I call an end around, which now they're calling the jet sweep. I think it's an end around if you hand the ball off behind you. It's a jet sweep if you hand the ball off in front of you. I think that's the only difference between those two plays. But I used to get on Coach Rick Vernon. I said, come in, you're always using that end around. That's just to fool them. It's not fooling them, Rick, but the next play they come back and they fake the end around, and he's right. It did fool them because they think he's going to do the same thing over and over. However, we are not getting a lot of yardage and normally as fast as this team, Waynesville team is, when we can get to the outside and use the wide side of the field, not the short side, we can at least open up some space.
Well, and Marv, Sean Butler Larson, he's had a pretty good year, and he's been good for them 3 or 4 yards up the middle. But that only works so many times. I mean, you can only do that. He's been carrying the ball about 30 times a game or 20 times a game, and you gotta give him a break for one thing, and two is you got to mix it up because sooner or later they know who's going to get the ball.
Exactly right. Well, we have the coaches and also the captains out at the 50-yard line. The Kickapoo Chiefs are coached, again, a new coach for Kickapoo this year. And let's see, let me find there's my Kickapoo roster. Again, they're coached by Nate Thomas, who is in his first year as the Kickapoo chief coach. Our captains are, let's see, number 34, that would be Trenton Sexton out there, Noah Ochoa, along with Nick Clary and Pablo Cuevas are the captains. Our coin toss brought to you by Security Banks of Pulaski County. Toss your coins in Security Banks and watch your money grow. We'll be back with the kickoff and who's going to win the toss in a moment.
At Pepsi, we think it's important to celebrate stuff in life. I mean, a professional football player celebrates with a touchdown dance in front of 80,000 screaming fans.
But what about you? When you text that really cute guy you met at a party on Friday, and he immediately texts you back, you celebrate with an ice-cold Pepsi. Sounds good, doesn't it?
But why stop there? The refreshing taste of Pepsi is the perfect way to celebrate anything. Like when you and your roommate order a pizza and the delivery guy throws in extra breadsticks, no charge. That's worth a Pepsi celebration.
Or your friend turns on the radio and your absolutely most favorite new song just happens to be playing. That calls for a Pepsi, too.
Because when you and your best friend stare at your screen for over an hour while one of those online concert ticket waiting room thingies refreshes over and over, then you finally score front row seats? Oh, yeah. Break out the Pepsi.
Between your first job and your second. When your old intern becomes your new boss. On the 5th anniversary of your last promotion. That's the moment you need Columbia College, where you can earn a degree for about half the cost of many schools.
Register today at Columbia College in the Townfield Plaza in Waynesville or at Truman Education Center on 400 Wood. The first class is free for military spouses. Classes begin October 23rd. Learn more at ccis.edu.
Hey, this is Cindy from Ursul's Jewelry in downtown Waynesville. If you need anything to do with jewelry, come see us. Check out our large and unique selection of fine jewelry in gold and silver, priced to fit any budget. We provide many services too, such as jewelry repair, ring sizing, retip prongs, fix broken chains, engraving, and replacing watch batteries. We now offer financing. We are proud to say we've been in business for 46 years. So like us on Facebook. Our hours are Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and Saturday till noon. So we just want to say, go Tigers!
We're back. Marv Luton along with Mike Hartley. Shane McPherson here in the press box with us. He's going to do a little spotting for us tonight and then join us next Friday night. We will most likely, I'm thinking, probably be down at Branson to take on the Pirates. The Waynesville Tigers won the toss but have elected to kick the ball away to the Kickapoo Chiefs. And back for the Chiefs, it will be their speedy running back, Dalton Coates, along with Jacob Merle, one of their outside linebackers who has quite a bit of speed. Kicking it away for the Tigers will be Aaron Choi. Week number 9 is underway, and Choi boots this thing, and it goes right into the hands of Merrill at the 5-yard line, but a penalty flag on the first play, because guess who's offside? Crossed the line before the ball was kicked. 5-yard penalty on the Tigers. That'll move it back to the 35-yard line. So now we'll have to shoot the cannon off again and get a little bit more smoke out here. I don't think they can load that cannon up that fast. We have the Army here. I think they brought one of their big guns.
Well, let's just hope that's a good sign for tonight's football game, Marv, is that the Tigers are really fired up.
That would be a nice one. That'd be a nice way of looking at it.
Take that with either being offsides or with the cannon, one or the other.
It's a 5-yard penalty, so now Choi will kick it off from the 35-yard line. And again, it will be Merle and Coates will watch it bounce at the 15-yard line. He will pick it up at the 3, and he will roll to his right, and he is going to be wrapped up by a bunch of Tigers. They bring him down at the 10-yard line. They'll probably mark it right around the 9. Yeah, he just let that bounce. I think he thought
it was a punt,
exactly.
And it dawned on him.
And I'm sure his teammates were saying, pick it up, Coates, pick it up. And he did, and rolled to his right and gets tackled again right around the 9 to 10-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for the Kickapoo Chiefs. Mason Auer is their quarterback. He's a 6', 175-pounder. Dalton Coates will be their main running back at 5'11 and 180. And, Mike, you got the size of these offensive linemen, and they're pretty big.
Yeah, they are big.
Working out of the pistol formation is Auer, and he hands the ball off to Coates right up the middle. Nowhere to go. The Waynesville Tigers wrap him up with 1, 2, 3, 4 of them down there. Looks like Gatzmeyer, Ethan Gatzmeyer, one of the first ones to hit him on the line of scrimmage. Him and Pablo Cuevas. That could be some tough sledding up the middle. Tigers in a 3-5-D.
And, you know, that 3-5-D, Marv, has done a good job the first half of every game we played this year.
Well, Kickapoo runs the ball quite a bit. Now they've got a busted play. Now it's a throw to the outside. Pass is caught by Coates, and he is dropped at the 15-yard line. Now, was that a busted play?
I don't believe it was because the lineman stayed home.
Yeah. Normally on a play like that where he fakes it to the running back and then pulls it back, and there ain't no running back back there. I saw that a couple of different times for Waynesville a couple of years ago. And I'm just thinking, what kind of silly play is that where you fake it to a running back that's not there? Well, he pulled it back. We charged, and they threw the ball over the top of our defenders. Pick up a 5 on the play, 3rd down and 5, ball at the 15-yard line. Tiger defense can make a statement early here, Mike. Man in motion, and whistles blow, and did Kickapoo jump off side, or did they call a timeout? I think they called the timeout. They did not like what they saw. So Kickapoo burns their first timeout, and that'll give us a chance to hear from more of our fine sponsors early in this contest. It's home cooking at its finest. It's Westside Cafe in the Westside Shopping Center in West Waynesville. Dave and the gang get there early in the morning, preparing their great breakfast and getting things prepared for their luncheon specials. Plenty to eat, and they still keep the prices reasonable, which is why the parking lot is always full. And that's what you'll be when you leave, full of the great tasting breakfasts and lunches at Westside Cafe in West Waynesville. Get ready for deer season at Post Pawn. Select from a huge selection of new and used rifles at the best prices you can find, as well as scopes, all kinds of ammunition, and they special order. Post Pawn also does scope mounting and bore sighting and carries scope rings and mounts for just about any firearm. And for the late deer season, a great selection of muzzle-loading rifles and equipment, plus military surplus, cold weather gear, rainwear, and packs. We're back. Marv Luton, Mike Hartley again. Big 3rd down play. Even though it's early in the contest, every 3rd down play tonight is going to be
wide open.
Wow, Auer throws to the outside and has his receiver.
And a late
good for a 7-yard gain on the play. The pass on the outside looks like that was caught by Austin Houston.
Let's see what the flag is. It came in after the play. That's what I was thinking, Shane, was going to be a personal foul because it did come from the back judge, but they're talking.
And real late.
Yeah, they're talking to the Kickapoo Chiefs. It might have been just the referee grabbed the flag a little bit late. Let's see what the call is. We have an illegal block in the back on the Kickapoo Chiefs. So that is going to back them up. So that will take away that first down. So that was a 7-yard gain. That will be erased, and they will move the Kickapoo Chiefs back to about the, 7-yard line is where they're going to mark it. So that is going to be a huge loss. That's going to be a loss of about 10 yards on the play. That is actually a 15-yard penalty because that happened on the other side of the 20. Passing, you're right, the pass interference on the offense. And back to throw is the quarterback hour. He throws this one low, and that is incomplete. And actually, that is Chris Elmquist, number 14, who was in there at the quarterback position for Kickapoo that time.
Now, this is big for Waynesville. They're going to get good field on this.
That's why I think these plays are so important. Mason Hour is going to be the punter. And he will drop back, and he will be kicking it from his end zone. Yeah. The Tigers have David Adams standing at the 45-yard line, and Sheen Butler-Lawson, or is that Malik Hopper? That's Hopper on the other side. We haven't seen Malik, and I like this because Hopper's got some speed.
This has got run back road all over it.
Hour boots this thing up, and it will bounce at around the 35-yard line and take a Kickapoo roll into Waynesville Tiger territory down to the Waynesville 46-yard line, but still pretty good field position for this Tiger football team.
And that was smart not allowing them to run that ball back because, to me, it had run back road all over it.
Yeah, and they kicked that thing a little bit shy, so they did not kick it in the hands. And I like the fact that Hopper was back there because Malik Hopper has some speed. And I'm not sure why he's not playing both ways. Yeah, he is a tough kid. Braden Draley, quarterback. He's going to work out of the pistol. Sheen Butler-Lawson is the lone running back. Deuces left, Deuces right. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Hand off to Butler-Lawson, and he cuts it off of left tackle and plows forward for a gain of about 5 on the play inside the 50 to the 49-yard line of Kickapoo.
So a gain of 5 on the play.
We will take that 5-yard gain all night long. Now, even though the Kickapoo defensive line, they are not as big as the offensive line. Noah Jennerjohn is 205, and Adam Tyson 185. Those are your defensive ends. At the tackle is Javon Sims and Will Anoy. And, again, both of those are in the 200-pound range, but they are not as big as their offensive linemen. Tigers again with Butler-Lawson in the background. Adams in motion. They hand off to David Adams. He's got a blocker in front of him. He cuts it to the outside. First down for Adams down to the 35-yard line before he is brought down.
And that's what we were talking about earlier before the game, Marv, is we've got to somehow get Adams into this this scheme tonight.
More than 1, 2, or 3 plays.
That's
David
right.
Adams has to touch that ball about 15 times tonight, along with Sheen Butler-Lawson. You know, you keep it on the ground from when I'm looking right now. The way we are moving the ball on the ground, you keep running that football until they prove that we can't anymore.
When you're putting 4 yards of carry on there, you keep it going.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the 35-yard line. Draley hands off to Lawson. Lawson off of left tackle, and they pulled him down. They almost yanked his pants off. He gets 5 on the play, maybe 6. They got him by his trousers, and you could see a little bit of the trouser coming back. That tripped him up a little bit, but he still makes it down to the 30-yard line. He picks up 6. So that's 2nd and 4 now for the Tigers. Need to get down to around the, we'll call it 24-yard line to pick up a first down. It's a long 4. Draley out of the gun, and here's a handoff to Butler-Lawson, and coming up the middle. Oh, my goodness, did somebody stop that?
Number 54.
Will Anoy. And when he came up, nobody blocked him. And he got Butler-Lawson as soon as Butler-Lawson touched the ball from Draley. That is a loss of 4 on the play. They buried Sheen Butler-Lawson on that one. So that makes it 3rd and about 8 again at the 34-yard line of the Kickapoo Chiefs. Draley back to throw, and here come the Chiefs. He rolls, he's running for his life. Now he's going to tuck it, and he throws the ball downfield and almost picked off. That could have been a disaster. That went in and out of the hands of one of the Kickapoo Chiefs, intended that time for Tajay Parrish, but Parrish was covered up pretty good.
And, you know, Kickapoo has sent their guys the last 3 plays. They have sent everybody, their linebackers, the line, and everything. Man, if they'll catch up on this, I'm telling you, that screen up the middle has got 6 wrote all over it.
Antoine Esperanza was the intended receiver, and again, they cut in front of him on that. So Tigers are punting this ball away on 4th and 9. I don't know.
I don't know this.
Well, what they're trying to do, they're trying to pin Kickapoo deep in their own territory and see if they can get another 3 and out. And it is Tim Breck, the punter, and he kicks this thing high up into the air, and this thing is going to bounce out of bounds at the 20-yard line, and that is a net
of 9 yards
putt of about 9 yards. Tim was trying to get that thing. Now, Tim has not kicked all year. Felix McCorkle has been the kicker for the Waynesville Tigers, but apparently Felix is not dressed out. I did not see him out there on the practice field. Of course, you can't tell in the practice field because they don't have their jerseys on, but McCorkle has a sore shoulder, so he may not be dressed out tonight, and Tim Breck gets the punting duties. That was his first punt of the year. Now, he did a pretty good job last year. But this first one only went about 9 yards. 1st and 10 for Kickapoo at their own 24-yard line. Again, their quarterback is Mason Auer, and he hands off. This one goes to Coates, and Coates was able to squeeze out of about 3 Waynesville tacklers. He's going to gain 2 yards on the play, and that was a tough 2 yards.
I don't know if they're going to give him 2, Marv. Maybe 1.
Okay, we'll call it 1. 2nd and 9, you're right. They've spotted at the 25. So it's a 2nd down and 9 now for the Kickapoo Chiefs. The Waynesville Tiger defense, again, trying to hold them on a 3 and out and get the ball back in some more decent field position, unable to do anything with it last time. Here is the quarterback. He fakes the handoff, and Auer is wrapped up. Getting up off the bottom of that pile is Pablo Cuevas, Trenton Sexton, and also coming up off the bottom of that pile for the Waynesville Tigers. Looked like number 54, Tim Breck. Breck's had a heck of a second half of the season on the defensive line. They got Breck, Gatzmeyer, and Pablo Cuevas, the 3 down linemen for the Waynesville Tigers in a 3-5 formation, 3rd and 10. Auer back to throw. He's got time, rolls to the outside. Breck chases him. He's going to have to unload this thing, and he's going to throw it out of bounds, and it is going to bring up a 4th down for the Kickapoo Chiefs, and they're going to boot the ball away to Waynesville. Nowhere to go, and that time there were 1, 2, 3, 4, about five Tigers that were chasing Auer to the sideline. So
he had no chance, Marv, on that one.
Another punting situation, but he threw his out of bounds when Draley threw his into double coverage, and we got lucky. That wasn't picked off. And here is the snap. It's a high snap. Auer is the kicker, and also the quarterback. He gets a good one up in the air. This thing is going to bounce at the 38-yard line and roll all the way back to the 21-yard line. So the field position went right down the toilet for the Waynesville Tigers after that kick from Auer.
Well, our returners are back about 50 yards, and which is not a bad position. But you got to go get the ball.
Yeah, we just let that thing go and hoping for a good bounce, and we did not get a good bounce. Kickapoo did. And that thing goes all the way back to the 22-yard line is where they're going to spot it. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Tyler Gaiman lines up wide to the outside. Deuces left, Deuces right for the Tigers. Sheen Butler Lawson in the backfield. Here's a little pitch out to the outside. That is caught by Tajay Parrish. He is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage and throwing backwards. No gain on the play. That's that wide receiver
screen. And it was
screen.
set up, and the wide receiver should have. There was another wide receiver out there that missed a block.
Okay.
He makes it, and that goes for 20 to 30 yards.
And that's the whole thing. That play just
relies on that block.
Exactly right. And if you don't get the block, if you don't get a pulling guard or a tight end over there or even another receiver to block for you, that play is just worthless every time. 2nd and 10. At the 22. Here's Butler Lawson. Takes it to the outside. He is going to be run out of bounds after a gain of about 5 on the play. I think they're going to spot this right around the 27-yard line. So we'll give him 5 on that. Brings up a 3rd and 5 now for the Tigers. Again, key situation. And I wish Braden Draley would use more of his passes across the middle, or at least the short passes. We have had some short passes.
We did it last year.
Yeah, we've had some short passes that have been some of success. We don't use the tight end. We got Deuces left, Deuces right. And Draley will hand off to Butler Lawson, and he's going to pick up the first down, and we're getting knocked out of bounds right on the other side of the first down marker. 2nd first down for the Waynesville Tigers in this game. Then again, Braden, you don't have to throw, just hand it off to Butler and Butler Lawson, and that'll work.
Well, Butler has ran the ball for 5 yards, 6 yards, 5 and 6, and then he had that one with a -4. So you got to give him the ball.
That's right. He is running the ball. The offensive line is making holes for him to run. Just keep pounding this ball down Kickapoo's throat until they can't stop you. 1st and 10 for Waynesville. Of course, there are a few plays that you're going to have to throw a little pass here or there just to keep him honest. And here's Lawson. We'll take it to the outside, and he will pick up about 4 on the play. Stopped at the 38-yard line, and he was drilled that time. So that's a pickup of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Yeah, they might give him 4. We'll call it 2nd and 6, as the scoreboard says. It will be a long 6. Draley out of the pistol formation. Lawson right behind him. Butler Lawson gets the ball. He'll work off of left tackle, and he'll pick up a few yards on the play, shy of a first down. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 2 or 3, depending on where they spot the ball. And they'll put it at the 42-yard line of Waynesville. So we'll call it 3rd and about 2.5. Again, Jonathan Ray, Tajay Parrish lining up to the left.
This is a good time to put Adams in it.
Again, 3rd and short for the Tigers, and here is the handoff, the fake handoff. Draley keeps it, and he will pick up the first down. Braden Draley read the play, saw what was going to happen, pulled it out of the gut of Butler Lawson. The defense went after Lawson. Draley took it to the other side, picks up the first down for the Tigers. Heads up play that time by Braden Draley. And, a lot of it, we forget, we see Draley throw the ball a lot. The kid can run.
The kid can run.
He's got some speed, and he's pretty smart behind that line of scrimmage. Sometimes and I don't like the play where they have to read, and then they pull the ball out, and neither the running back nor the quarterback knows who's going to get it.
One.
Draley right across the middle, and there it is. David Adams off his fingertips. Good pass that time by Draley. I think Adams might have heard some Kickapoo Chiefs coming.
He was in uncharted territory. Yeah, he could hear more footsteps in the middle than he does outside.
Pass goes incomplete. 2nd down and 10 now for the Tigers. But there was that crossing pass right across the middle, like we said earlier. We think we need a little bit more of that. But when again you got the pitter patter of a whole bunch of feet, you think twice about catching one of those. 2nd and 10. Draley handoff to Butler Lawson. He cuts it to the outside, has some running room, and gets tripped up at the 38-yard line, or the 41-yard line, rather. That is going to be close to a first down. I saw 6 on the board that time, but somebody stuck an arm out and tripped up Butler Lawson, but he will pick up the first down, and it's going to be a 10-yard gain on the play. Moves the chains. Tigers keep the football, marching it down the field on their 2nd possession of this contest. Both times the defense has held the Kickapoo Chiefs.
And that running outside the tackles is not bad, Mark, because the Kickapoo Chiefs are stunting their linebackers.
Here's a handoff to Butler Lawson. He started going left, stopped, went back to the right, and then up the middle. Basically no gain on the play. That thing did not have a lot of yardage written all over it. So we've got no gain on the play. Jonathan Ray over there talking to a referee. I think that got one of the kids kicked out of the game last week, was talking to a referee. I think there was a mouthpiece laying on the ground. That's why Ray picked it up. Again, 2nd and 10 now for the Tigers, and Butler Lawson gets the ball, and they grab him from behind. That is Will Anoyai again. He just rode Butler Lawson to the ground. No gain on the play. That is 3rd and long now for the Tigers. Again, you're in 4-down territory right now, I would think. Of course, I thought that last time, and we punted the ball away.
But see, we're starting to get in that rhythm, Marv, of Butler to the left, Butler to the right, Butler to the left. They're going to have to mix it up.
Trips to the left, 1 to the right, passing down. 3rd and 10, Draley back to throw. He's got time. He whips us a little button hook, and it was intended that time for Tyler Gaiman. But Gaiman was covered from behind. The ball goes out of bounds, incomplete. So that will bring up a 4th down and about 10.5 for the Tigers. And they will bring the punting unit back on the field. And again, it's going to be Tim Brecht who will get the kicking duties here for Waynesville.
That was all a timing routes, what that was, Marv. And Draley was just a little late getting it out of his hand.
And him and Gaiman don't have a lot of experience. At least we haven't called his number a lot this year. This time, Brecht gets off a pretty good punt. It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line, and they are going to run the returner out of bounds at about the 13. And on the play that time, there were about 6 or 7 Waynesville Tigers over there. I'm not sure. That was Mason Auer, their quarterback, that was returning that punt. Certainly not. We're trying to pick up a number from the outside. Well, he's not going to turn around. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kickapoo Chiefs.
You know, that ball's in the air. That went 45 yards. Looked like he'd been punting all year.
Yeah, that one was a good one. I think the other time he just tried to aim it, and that one just didn't work. Again, Auer works out of the pistol formation, drops back to throw a little screen to the outside. Pass is caught, but the Waynesville Tigers read it well. It's still going to gain about 5 yards on the play. That was Adam Tyson on the reception for the Kickapoo Chiefs. He gains about 6 on the play, 2nd and 4 now for Kickapoo. Or we'll call it 5. Auer again works out of the pistol, coats behind him. Man in motion. Now they set back to throw. Auer, he fires this thing out to the outside and underthrows his intended receiver, who was open for a short period of time. That was Austin Houston, but that was just a bad throw that time by Auer. He didn't get enough on it. Either that or Houston was supposed to stop and button hook it.
It's kind of rolling just a little bit out to his right, and then, boys, that's a tough throw across the field like that.
Brings up a 3rd down now and 5. Auer back to throw. Rolls to the outside. Here come the Tigers now. He's going to run, and he's got some running room to the 25-yard line, and he gets knocked out of bounds at the 28. And on the play that time was David Adams. Adams tried to strip the ball from him, but they were out of bounds. If that kid would have fallen down, we'd have had a flag. We'd have had a 15-yard penalty on us. Again, you got to stop play when
the line judge was right there watching that too.
Yeah. But sometimes you can be a pretty good actor. No score. We are about a minute left to go here in the opening quarter. Kickapoo with the ball and a 1st down. Their first down of the contest. Here is a quarterback keeper up the middle, and on the horse is Auer, and their quarterback is on his way. He's going to be hauled down from behind. Oh, who is that, Hopper? Yep, Malik Hopper coming from behind, and he ran Mason Auer down at the 12-yard line. I thought he was gone, Mike.
I did too.
That was a huge play. Again, a fake to the back coats, and up the middle, their offensive line made a big hole, and Mason Auer was off to the races.
Well, that's not giving up.
Huge gain, and Malik Hopper saved a touchdown. Now let's see if the Kickapoo Chiefs can stick one on the board. They hand the ball off to coach to the outside. He is going to be wrapped up and knocked out of bounds. Trenton Sexton, one of them over there on the play for the Waynesville Tigers, as is Antoine Esparza.
What do we get, 2 on the play? Or
he picks up 1.5 maybe. We'll give him 1. Second down now and 9. Ball is moved to the 11-yard line. Got maybe 1 or 2 more plays left to go here in the opening quarter. No score in the contest.
It's got to be the fastest quarter we've had all year, Marv.
Auer out of the pistol formation, takes the snap, hands the ball off to Coates. Coates is wrapped up at the 10. Gain of 1 on the play, and that is Ethan Gatzmeyer on the tackle for the Waynesville Tigers. He along with Pablo Cuevas over there. Time ticking away in the first quarter of this football game. Kickapoo Chiefs are on the 10-yard line of Waynesville with a 3rd and about 8. They better hurry up or they're going to have to burn another timeout. If they might, yeah, that's what they're going to do. You're right. They're going to run the quarter out because time is ticking away. And that's the end of 1. It is scoreless after the first 12 minutes of this football game. 0-0. Kickapoo with the ball and knocking on the door.
Get ready for deer season at Post Pawn. Select from a huge selection of new and used rifles at the best prices you can find, as well as scopes, all kinds of ammunition, and they special order. Post Pawn also does scope mounting and bore sighting and carries scope rings and mounts for just about any firearm. And for the late deer season, a great selection of muzzle loading rifles and equipment, plus military surplus, cold weather gear, rainwear, and packs. If you have your guns shipped to Post Pawn, they only charge a $25 transfer fee. This deer season, save money and shop at Post Pawn and Gateway Shopping Center on Missouri Avenue in St. Robert. Mailbox It of St. Robert is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Their team of dedicated, professionally trained experts understands the meaning of superstar customer care. They focus on saving you time and money by ensuring you get the right products and services at the right price in a single quick visit. They can pack and ship almost anything to almost anywhere in the world, but shipping is only one way they can help make your life easier. In addition to their pack and ship service, they are also St. Robert's premier copy, print, and document service center. Large or small, black and white or color, it can be printed. Mailbox It can handle it. Mailbox It, one-stop shop for dozens of business products and services that will allow you to do what you're good at while they take care of the other stuff you need to succeed.
We're back. Marv Luton, Mike Hartley. It is 3rd and 8 for the Kickapoo Chiefs on the 10-yard line of the Waynesville Tigers, and we have somebody that moved on the line. I thought I saw one of the Tigers jump in. We did, offside Waynesville. So that is going to move the ball 5 yards a little further in. That is going not quite enough for a first down, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and short now for the Kickapoo Chiefs. Again, working out of the shotgun hour. He rolls to the right, fires. He's got a man open and into the end zone. Touchdown for Kickapoo. That is Austin Houston. So a 5-yard catch by Houston, and the Kickapoo Chiefs are on the board with the first play in the second quarter of this football game. Again, little slant to the outside. Houston got open, and Auer rolled to his right and found him. That looked just way too easy.
Way too easy.
Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. Kickapoo on top by the score of 7-0. We have the kickoff when we return.
Fort Leonard Wood, MWR.
Morale, welfare, recreation.
Since World War I, the U.S. Army MWR has been providing a supportive environment for Army families,
enhancing their strength and resilience and quality of life.
From physical fitness programs
to education and job opportunities for family members.
From childcare and school excellence
to fun recreational events
like free family movies every Friday and Saturday.
From enlistment through retirement.
The MWR is here for your Army family.
For services and fun activities, go to FortLeonardWoodMWR.com.
A lot of families are choosing vacations closer to home this year, but that doesn't mean you have to take the adventure out of your family fun. Odyssey Scuba wants to help you discover how much fun and how affordable scuba diving in Missouri can be. Local dive trips each month give you more choices of places to go and things to do. Check us out at moscuba.com or stop by Odyssey Scuba in downtown Waynesville to see for yourself all the adventure you could be having close to home. Odyssey Scuba. Let's go diving.
We're back. Marv Luton along with Mike Hartley. Josh Schneiderer getting set to boot it off. Schneiderer just kicked the extra point for Kickapoo, and they go on top by the score of 7-0 after that huge run by their quarterback. Again, Mason Hour. What was that, 58 yards?
58 yards.
Ball is kicked high up in the air, and he sends this one back out of the end zone. Holy cow! Schneiderer got his foot and everything into that. And again, that's the longest kick I've seen from kickoff this year by anybody.
I mean, there's a little wind, but not that kind of wind.
No, not that. That's going to help that thing all the way out of the end zone. Schneiderer put the foot into that one. 1st and 10 for the Waynesville Tigers at the 20-yard line. So the Tigers will be marching this down 80 yards down the field, trying to stick it in the end zone and pick up, again, a touchdown and maybe tying this ball game up. Again, Braden Draley working out of the pistol formation. Sheen Butler Lawson to his right. Deuces to the right, and now Deuces set up to the left. 2 in a slot formation. Draley gets set. Gets the snap, hands off to Lawson, and Butler Lawson scoots it off of left tackle this time, and he is going to pick up about 7 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3 now for the Tigers. If you've got a good running game, this might not be the time to throw one deep down the field. I think you want to get a little bit further away from your end zone.
Totally agree. Get this first down and maybe another one.
Just keep marching this ball down the field with running it. And there's Butler Lawson. He will follow a couple of blockers through, and he will not get too far. They are going to wrap him up as he tried to cut right off of center. That's Rivion Harrell, a 5'11 junior linebacker that wrapped him up and dropped him.
And that's where, Marv, they've got to get somebody else involved in on this running game because you're going to run Lawson to death at this rate.
So it's going to be a 3rd down now, and they lost a yard on that one, so it's 3rd and 4 now for the Tigers.
I mean, you're putting yourself in where you have to pass the ball.
Little short pass. Might work here, but here come the Chiefs. They hand the ball off to Butler Lawson. He cuts it to the outside, gets one good block. At the 30, gets knocked out of bounds. At the 35-yard line, he will pick up a 1st down, and then some good move that time by Lawson. He found a little running room, and he cut it up and did a little tiptoeing on the sideline.
1st down.
Another 1st down for the Tigers. That is their 5th 1st down as they continue to move the ball. We don't need a big play like Kickapoo. I just want to see that ball, those chains keep moving the field. A little bit at a time if need be. And here's Draley again, keeps it and throws it to the outside and overthrows Tajay Parrish. Threw it behind Jonathan Ray. The only one that really caught that was Aaron Choi, the kicker, who is standing over here on the sideline.
Yeah, and you had 3 white jerseys right there, too.
That was another dangerous throw that time when Draley pulled that out of the gut of Lawson. He realized that there was nowhere to run on the left-hand side, so had to unload it. 2nd and 10. Tigers, again, have the ball on their own 36. Draley gets it, hands off to Lawson, cuts to the right now up the middle, and he will pick up about 5 on the play. Gets dropped at the 41-yard line. So it brings up a 3rd and 5 now for the Waynesville Tigers.
See, that's the only thing I don't like, Marv, with that. With our running game the way it is and the way we run our offense, when we pass on 1st down, if we do not get a completion, that's the killer.
So another 3rd down situation for the Tigers. It's a 3rd and 5 on their own 41-yard line. Draley will drop back. He'll roll to the right, and he'll throw a flare pass out to Adams. Adams gets it over to the 1st down marker, and steps out of bounds.
Whoa, bad mark.
They didn't. He had to get the 1st down because he walked. He stepped in front of that 1st down marker on the other side.
Ball, though. He put the ball back behind the marker.
Well, they're moving the sticks.
They're moving the sticks.
So we'll take it. Maybe the guy who was holding the first down marker got out of the way so he didn't get mowed down. Here is David Adams on a jet sweep to the opposite side. And again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Kickapoo Chiefs in front of David Adams. He will lose 2 on the play. So again, the jet sweep looked more like a helicopter. Slow motion with some quick Kickapoo Chiefs going laterally along the line of scrimmage. They made that play a loss. Actually, that's a loss of 3 on the play, isn't it? Brings up a 2nd and 13 now for the Tigers. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Sheen Butler-Lawson gets the ball, and he cuts it up the middle. He's got some room to the 40, to the 30. He is gone. Sheen Butler-Lawson, don't slow down. And he slowed down right around the 5-yard line, still made it into the end zone, but he had the Chiefs trailing him, trying to knock that ball out of his hands. So Sheen Butler-Lawson takes it to the house for the Tigers. That one... Let's see, where did that...
57-yarder.
57-yarder. Well, they had a 58-yarder. We had a 57. Ours went for a touchdown. So Sheen Butler-Lawson, 57-yard touchdown run. Aaron Choi in to boot the extra point. Jonathan Ray, the holder. Snap is good. Kick is up, and it too is good. We're knotted up. 7-7, $25 to the athletic department. From the Seller Sexton Auto Group, Tigers kick off the Kickapoo when we come back.
Boy, wasn't summer fun? That camping trip with all your kids' gear on your back? Those rounds of cart-free golf, caddying your 40-pound bag. That fun game of swinging your kids around and putting your back out.
Gotta put you down, buddy.
Or finally getting all those weights pulled. And
honey, can you help me up?
Ogle Chiropractic and Rehabilitation, providing chiropractic solutions to address your unique needs. Stop in and see them today. Located in Waynesville under Stryker Orthodontics. Or call 573-774-4177.
Park University offers associate and bachelor degree programs at their Fort Wood Campus Center. Additional degree programs are available entirely online. Courses can be completed in 8-week sessions rather than the traditional 16-week semester. Sessions start 5 times a year, giving you multiple entry points. Park also offers additional graduate and certificate programs online. Military and civilians are welcome. Application fees are waived for military personnel. Park accepts VA benefits, tuition assistance, financial aid, and payment plans are available. Park University, a regionally accredited non-profit university. Save time, save money, accelerate your education. 329-2798 or go online, park.edu/go. Leonard Wood.
And it is Houston on the return at the 15-yard line. The ball comes loose. He is dropped at the 30-yard line. And that ball, again, kicked by Aaron Choi, not real deep. They picked it up at the 15 and worked his way out. Where are they going to spot it? Right around the 30.
30 and
so
a half.
So it'll be about a 15-yard return that time for Austin Houston. And the Kickapoo Chiefs will put the ball in play at their own 31-yard line. Again, Tom Gramatis, the coach, calling the shots for the Waynesville Tigers here this evening. While Coach Brad Draley sits out his 1-game suspension after the ejection last week. Out of the pistol formation is Mason Auer. He hands the ball off to Coates up the middle. They did not wrap him up, and he's got a little running room to the 40-yard line. Coates is going to pick up 9, maybe 10, maybe 10.
Maybe a ball short.
Yeah, they're going to spot him at a 9-yard gain right at the 40-yard line. So second and very short for the Kickapoo Chiefs. Good run that time by their running back, Dalton Coates.
That was his biggest run of the night for 9 yards.
Trips on the right-hand side, 1 to the left, and Coates will pull it back. Then he runs out of a tackle, hits the sideline to the 50, to the 45, and runs out of bounds. My goodness. We missed the tackle in the backfield, and that one hurt. That's one thing that Coach Brad Draley said about Mason Auer is he's very elusive in the backfield, and they are going to have to keep an eye on him. And that time there was nobody on the left side of the field, and Auer was able to scamper for another first down, and now all the way down into Tiger territory at the Waynesville 45. Here's Coates with the handoff up the middle, following his blockers through. The Tigers stop him after a 5-yard gain on the play. And again, like last week, a little bit slow on the whistle there, refs. They drove him back after forward progress had been stopped. That's what got everybody in an uproar last week. 2nd and 5 now for Kickapoo. High snap, and here is our quarterback keeper to the outside. He is met right past the line of scrimmage, puts his helmet down, drives it into a couple of the Waynesville Tigers, and gets run out of bounds. But he'll gain about 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down now and about 2 for Kickapoo. Ball down to the 37-yard line of Waynesville. Tigers trying to bend but not break after they tied this ball game up thanks to a 57-yard touchdown run by Sheen Butler-Lawson. Here is Coates again up the middle, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 Waynesville Tigers, but Coates is still on his feet, and I think we've got a flag over on the sideline, and that is usually going to be a face mask penalty when you have about 4 or 5 defenders trying to tackle one running back. Let's see that's exactly what it is. Yep. It's a face mask. It's an incidental face mask. Should be about a 5-yard penalty for the Tigers. Those are the kind of penalties I think coaches can live with. Not a vicious face mask. This is just one of those incidental ones where you grab trying to make the tackle and your hand gets up around the face mask.
You let it go quick.
Yeah. But it still gets called, and I like the ruling a few years back where they changed the incidental from a 15 to a 5. Our back to throw, and he's got a man open and over. Oh, I thought he overthrew Houston. Houston with the tiptoe, fingertip catch, and steps out of bounds. He gets into the end zone. He does. The referee on the other side has ruled a touchdown. He stepped out of bounds right at the pylon, knocked the pylon over, so a touchdown for the Kickapoo Chiefs. That goes into the hands of Austin Houston. On to boot this thing through the upright is Josh Schneiderer. Kickapoo on top, 13-7. The kick is up, and it is all the way to St. Robert. That is good.
To the old football field.
So, extra point, another extra point good for Schneiderer. It is 14-7 after the touchdown strike from Auer to Houston, and Kickapoo on top, back with the kickoff in a moment.
It's a place there's no place else like. Home. It's a circle of chairs around your fire pit, where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Ask your agent for details. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Mike Anthony, your Shelter Insurance agent in Waynesville.
Back here, Marv Luton along with Mike Hartley. Yeah, we were just talking about that. A little bit too much of a cushion back there, and Houston got on the backside of our D-backs, and you can't let one guy get. I mean, that's what your safety's back there for, to be the valve on the backside, and we didn't have any valve on the backside.
We're going to have to close up that cushion, or if they catch on to that pretty quick, because we've seen it 3 or 4 times tonight already.
So the Kickapoo Chiefs getting ready to boot it away to the Tigers. Their kicker, Josh Schneider, a 6'1", 172-pound senior. Last time he booted it from the 40 all the way out of the end zone. That's about a 70-yard kick in the air. And this one, he nails this thing, and it is going to be almost out of the end zone. That was 9 yards into the end zone before it bounced out, so this kid has got a leg.
Whoa. You know, I've not seen a kicker since the kid from Mexico that used to kick it through the uprights.
Oh, that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah, well, come on.
We had a pretty good one back in 2007 on Aaron Cruz now, let me tell you.
That's right. Cruz was really good.
Anytime you can pin a team back at the 20-yard line, every time you kick the ball off, you are going to win football games. Unfortunately for Kickapoo, they're 1-7, so that has not stood for them this year.
Well, that tells you they haven't been on the end of the field.
They might not be kicking off that often. 1st and 10 for Waynesville. Sheen Butler Lawson in the backfield. He will take the handoff from Draley. He'll cut it up the middle, and Lawson will get about 3 on the play before he is dropped. Following his center, Tim Breck, through the line. The defensive line is not that big for Kickapoo. Our offensive line has made a couple of holes for Butler Lawson, but we're not doing as good a job, I think, as we need to do on that offensive line.
Absolutely.
That was a gain of 4 on the play. It's 2nd down now and 6. Lawson will take the fake, and they will pass it out to Adams to the outside. Adams on his feet, and he will get knocked out of bounds or step out of bounds right at the 1st down marker. Good little pitch and catch that time by the Tigers.
We've got to get some blocking out of the wide receivers when they do that.
1st down for the Tigers as Adams steps out of bounds right at the 1st down marker. They will spot it at the 30, 1st and 10, Waynesville. Again, Lawson in the backfield. Deuces left, Deuces right. 2 in slot formation. Hand off to Lawson, cuts to the outside, has one good block in front of him, and that was Gatzmeyer. But then he continued to take the ball to the outside, and he's going to pick up only 2 on the play. That's a lot of running for just 2 yards.
Yeah, when your workhorse is running 15, 16 yards to gain 2.
But there was just nothing up the middle that time that developed for Lawson. He was looking to cut it up, and I think he was looking for Gatzmeyer to get his blocker turned around, but Gatzmeyer did not get his blocker turned around. Now, he did a good job blocking him, but didn't get him turned around where Butler Lawson could have cut up the middle.
And Butler Lawson's a north to south runner, not an east to west.
Yeah. And here Draley pulls the ball out, gives it over to Tajay Parrish. Little flare pass up to the 37-yard line. And it's going to be close to a 1st down. Going to be a couple of yards shy, 3rd and 2.
And again, we're missing that blocking on the outside, Marv.
One block that time.
One block and he's
Parrish. Yeah. So 3rd and about 2.5 for the Tigers. Certainly a running down for Waynesville, either in the hands of Draley or the quarterback, or the running back, Sheen Butler Lawson. And it will be Lawson who takes it, and he will cut it up the middle. He'll pick up the 1st down all the way to the 45-yard line. He gets 5 more after he passes that 1st down marker. So another 1st down, ball at the 45 for Waynesville at their 45, but they're moving the football down the field. 5:39 left to go here in the first half.
You got Lawson on 18 carries so far for 128 yards, Marv, the first half. And he's going to get it some more.
We may actually be done with the first half of a football game here in less than an hour. That hasn't happened this year. Here is Draley handing off to Lawson. Again, on the fake. Lawson will step out of bounds at the 50-yard line.
And he looked tired running then.
Well, I think he's doing the right thing by stepping out of bounds.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You know, last week I thought he should a couple of different times turn the ball up the field instead of stepping out of bounds. But when you're losing by 6 touchdowns, it really doesn't matter at that point in time. But this time, you know, he has turned it upfield. But, you know, if he's going to run and he is going to be the main runner throughout the night, he is going to have to step out of bounds and quit taking the pounding. Here's David Adams on the sweep. He'll turn it. He got the block to the 40-yard line, and they're going to throw Adams down at the 37, 1st down for the Waynesville Tigers. Again, Mike got the block he needed that time, and spinning him around and throwing him down was Adrian Davis for the Kickapoo Chiefs. It's one thing about tackling David. David's not big.
He's not big.
And if you got a big guy that grabs him, you can throw him down like a rag doll. But the bottom line is he picked up the 1st down and then some. Ball at the 36-yard line of Kickapoo, 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
And I wouldn't be afraid to come back with that same play, run the other direction. Give Lawson a little break and then come back with him.
Lawson lined up, or make it Adams lined up to the right. Now Lawson cuts it up the middle. Got a little running room with a little bit of blocking in front of him. He's knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Another 8 yards.
We will take that one on. Now I like those 8-yard gains on first down. Brings up the second and short. Now when
you can look for the corner.
You can look for the corner. Yep. You're at second down and about 2 yards to go for a first down. You are down on the 28-yard line of the Kickapoo Chiefs, and one to the coffin corner wouldn't be bad this time.
No, just throw it outside, and that way you're taking that tip ball in the middle, getting intercepted.
Let one of your guys run underneath it, and instead they're going to give it to Lawson, who is going to go absolutely nowhere. He might have made it back to the line of scrimmage. Third and short.
And now they're going to, they're almost, the way they're running the ball, it's almost like they're forced to give it to him again.
Yeah, you're going to have to. Coming into the game now for the Tigers is going to be Keyshawn Toran. So he is going to give number 14, Sheen Butler-Lawson, a little bit of a break. Let's see if they hand the ball off to Toran or not, or whether Draley is going to keep it or throw it. Deuces left, Deuces right. 3rd and 2. Draley back to throw, rolls to the outside. Nobody open, and now he finds somebody down toward the end zone, and Tigers catch it. Who comes up with that? David Adams. That was a jump ball between Kickapoo and David. David out-leaped the Kickapoo defender, came over his back, and both of them went down with the football, it looked like, in their hands. David came up with it, and the referee signals touchdown.
Oh, boy.
So a 28-yard touchdown strike from Braden Draley to David Adams. Well, we said we were going to have to get the ball into David Adams' hands more, and they are doing that tonight. Aaron Choi gets ready to boot the ball through the upright. Kick is up. It is good. We are tied up again. 14-14. Back with the kickoff in a moment.
At Pepsi, we think it's important to celebrate stuff in life. I mean, a professional football player celebrates with a touchdown dance in front of 80,000 screaming fans.
But what about you? When you text that really cute guy you met at a party on Friday, and he immediately texts you back, you celebrate with an ice-cold Pepsi. Sounds good, doesn't it?
But why stop there? The refreshing taste of Pepsi is the perfect way to celebrate anything. Like when you and your roommate order a pizza and the delivery guy throws in extra breadsticks, no charge. That's worth a Pepsi celebration.
Or your friend turns on the radio and your absolutely most favorite new song just happens to be playing. That calls for a Pepsi, too.
Because when you and your best friend stare at your screen for over an hour while one of those online concert ticket waiting room thingies refreshes over and over, then you finally score front row seats? Oh, yeah. Break out the Pepsi.
Another $25 to the Waynesville Athletic Department from the Sellers Sexton Auto Group. 28-yard touchdown catch where David Adams wrestled the ball away from the safety, because from up here that looked like that could have been a pick.
Well, it must have went through one of their hands. I mean, it was good coverage and everything. Had two guys on him.
Yeah, and Adams comes
out with it.
Good play, David Adams. He comes up with the ball. Again, they score, we score, they score, we score is how we've gone here. 14-14, and here is Houston over at the 20-yard line. He will cut it up the middle. He's got some running room. He runs into his own player, and his own player got him. Didn't knock him down, but slowed him down. He had a hole. He had the gap, but the Waynesville Tigers, when he had to stop and cut, the Tigers came in and converged on him.
That'd be the 12th man.
So they bring it out to the 35-yard line where Kickapoo will have it 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Boy, that one looked like it could be dangerous. But the Tigers able to thwart it off, and Kickapoo will put it in play. 1st and 10 on their 35-yard line. Mason Hour waiting for the snap, and everybody on the front line of Kickapoo moved. And each one of the refs saw that play at a different time. Did you notice there was one flag, then another, and then three more? Yeah, they all came out at different times, but every one of the referees saw the motion.
Yellow parachutes being shot on the 4th of July.
You bet. 5-yard penalty. Moves it back to the 30-yard line. First and 15 now for Kickapoo. I don't think the center snapped the ball that time when the quarterback wanted it.
He wasn't ready.
No. Well, everybody else in the front line was. They send the man in motion. Their fullback snap is high, and it is Coates who will get the ball, and he will be wrapped up at the 31-yard line, basically a gain of 1 on the play. Yeah, he got up and tried to run, thinking that his knee went down on the body of one of the Waynesville Tigers, but his knee actually did hit the ground. Good tackle that time. Nick Clary, Tim Breck, and Pablo Cuevas again on the front line for this Waynesville Tiger team. They had help, though. Second and 14 now for Kickapoo. Snap, our hands off to Coates. Coates up the middle he goes, and we missed two tackles. And he is on his feet to the 40-yard line down to the 35 before he is hauled down from behind. We had him 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, but the Tigers could not wrap him up. Malik Hopper slow getting up, and Hopper was the one who tracked down Mr. Coates. I think Malik might have taken when he went down. We've got a timeout called on the field, and I think it's going to be for Malik Hopper. I think Malik is okay. He's saying I can stay in. Referee said no, you can't. So they're going to bring
Once
Hopper
they blow
out.
the whistle on the timeout, he's got to go out for a play.
Yep. So they're going to bring Hopper out, and coming in is Jonathan Ray for the Waynesville Tigers. Jonathan Ray is, I won't say he's a newcomer. He's played the cornerback position before, but I would imagine if they
go at him,
they might. First and 10. Here's the play action. Throw down the field, and they do go at him, and over the head of the intended receiver. Pass goes incomplete. That was Adam Tyson, who was on the backside of the Waynesville Tiger defender, Tracy Gates.
On a pass, it should have been caught.
Just a little bit overthrown that time. Malik Hopper back into the game now for the Tigers. Second down now and 10. Back to throw again is Mason Auer. He rolls to the right. He's got some running room, and he is going to cut it up the field to the 30 and run out of bounds. At the 30-yard line, he will pick up 6 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 now for the Chiefs. Ran out of bounds by Nick Clary. Also coming up in the play, Trenton Sexton and Tracy Gates. So a 3rd down now and 4.
Well, every 3rd down's big, but this is big.
14-14. We are knotted up. 2:40 left to go in the first half. Kickapoo with the ball. 3rd and 4 at the Waynesville 30-yard line. Auer back to throw. Rolls to the outside. Houston is open, and they let it sail down the field and overthrows actually the ball out of bounds. Houston was open for a moment, but David Adams covered him up very quickly once that ball left the hands of the quarterback, Mason Auer.
Mason Auer's got a pretty good arm on him.
That time he was rolling to his left and throwing across his body and was still able to throw that ball 40 yards down the field. That's a pretty good arm. So it's 4th down and 4. I don't know, man. From what I see, this field goal kicker, I think I'd have brought him in, but they are going for it. They might be trying to draw the Tigers offside. Nope, they're going to take the snap. Auer goes to the outside. Now he is chased, and he will throw this one, and the pass is caught at the 24-yard line. That is Austin Houston running out of bounds, and he picked that thing up off of his shoestrings. Did he get enough for the first down? Barely. Yeah. He got it. That is their 4th first down. That was a dandy play by Austin Houston, and a pretty good pass that time. I think Auer threw that at the only place that he could throw it without it either going out of bounds or hitting the turf, and Houston was able to pick it up off his shoestrings for the first down. Too many men on the field for the Kickapoo Chiefs, and they are going to have to call a timeout. Smart timeout that time. Yeah, this is the first half. You can afford to use those timeouts. And that'll give us time to hear from another one of our fine sponsors. Don't go away.
You're listening to KOZQ 102.3 FM, Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Get Napa know-how at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue in St. Robert and get the good stuff 7 days a week.
We're told that Mom knows best, but when it comes to clothes for me and my brother, let's be serious. We know what we like, but you won't find us at the mall. That's not my thing.
She's made that very clear. Our kids love Lynn's Designer Exchange. Save up to 70% off retail prices on gently used designer clothes for kids and adults. Or bring your gently used clothes in for cash at Lynn's Designer Exchange in the Hidden Valley Shopping Center in St. Robert. Or check out Lynn's Designer Exchange on Facebook.
We are in time management territory with the Kickapoo Chiefs. Our time management brought to you by your shelter insurance agent in Waynesville, Mike Anthony. 2:26 left to go here in the first half. Kickapoo with the ball, 1st and 10 on the Waynesville Tiger 24-yard line. We're knotted up, 14-14. Play action pass, and again, down the field, David Adams is covering his receiver, and David Adams is going to get a pass interference call. Did not turn around on the play. The pass intended for Travis King, and the Tiger defender, again, had his back to the play, and the Tigers are going to get called for a pass interference.
And Marv, Dave had him covered and everything. If he'd have just turned his head and be looking back, like that's telling the referee you've got control over your body, and when you don't do that, they're going to call you every time.
So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and that is going to bring up a first down for the Kickapoo Chiefs. They will mark this thing all the way down to about the 12-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Kickapoo at the Tiger 12 with 2:18 left to go. Again, Kickapoo with only one timeout left. Hand off to Coates. He cuts it up the middle, and he is met right above center by Trenton. Nope, that's Eric Kane.
Give him 3
That's
on
the
the
first
play.
time we've mentioned Kane's name here in this contest, and Eric Kane has been such an integral part of the Tiger defense this year. I'm sure he's been on other tackles. This one was all his. Pickup of 2 on the play. Yeah, you're right, Shane. They might be running away from him. I would be. 2nd and 8 for the Chiefs. Ball on the 10. Hand off. Oh, Coates, they pull it out and throws down into the end zone, overthrowing that pass intended for Houston, who had both his Tiger defenders beat, both Tracy Gates and David Adams. That one just a little overthrown. So it brings up a 3rd and 8 at the 12-yard line. Certainly field goal territory for their kicker, Schneiderer.
If they choose to use him.
I thought they would have used him a little while ago, but that was not the case.
Boy, we're giving them a lot of cushion, boys, in that backfield.
Out of the pistol formation is Auer. He's got a little room. Now he's going to be chased to the outside. Throws the ball. The pass is knocked down by the Tigers. Let's see who gets up off of that ground. And that was a dandy play. Nope. That was, looks like Tracy Gates. Number 8 for the Tigers. Tracy makes one heck of a play. He has been a playmaker on the Tiger defensive backfield for all year long. So it brings up a 4th down now. And do they bring out the kicker? Yes.
I really thought the Kickapoo quarterback would have ran that ball because he had it. I think he had a chance for 6, if not the first down.
So Schneiderer will boot this away, try to kick from the 17-yard line. And the Waynesville Tigers, I think, are going to burn a timeout. They are going to burn their first one. With 1:28 left to go, our time management timeout brought to you by your shelter insurance agent, Mike Anthony. We're back in a moment.
TC Towing, also known as Tiger Country Towing of Waynesville, offers towing done the right way. So for all your towing needs, call Joey at 528-0796. Tiger Country Towing on Historic 66 in West Waynesville, next to A-Plus Tire. Write this number down and load it into your cell phone, 528-0796, when you need TC Towing. As times have changed, so has the auto glass industry. St. Robert Glass on Adams Avenue has gone through many changes since they started back in the early days of the city, which means they have the experience and knowledge. From their shop with several bays to now mobile services where they come to you. They're more than just auto glass. Windows, shower doors, screens, storm doors, and glass top tables. They're a complete glass shop. St. Robert Glass next to Cellar Sexton on Adams Avenue in St. Robert.
And Schneiderer, that is Josh Schneiderer, is out on the field. field goal kicker for the Kickapoo Chiefs. He will be booting it from the 17, trying a 27-yard field goal.
He's got the leg.
There's certainly no doubt he's got the leg. Snap is up, the kick is up, and he drills this thing through the upright. He had enough for about a 50-yarder that time. He nails it. So 27-yard field goal, and the Kickapoo Chiefs back on top, 17-14 with 1:25 left to go. They will kick the ball to the Tigers. Waynesville with 2 timeouts.
Phelps County Regional Medical Center is pleased to announce the addition of psychiatrist and palliative care physician Dr. Alexandra Gamble to the PCRMC Medical Group. Dr. Gamble has special interests in end-of-life care, delirium, advanced symptom management, and coordination of complex care. He brings 6 years of experience to the PCRMC team. To learn more about Dr. Alexandra Gamble, please visit pcrmc.com. Phelps County Regional Medical Center, world-class healthcare close to home.
Well, the Waynesville Tigers are out on the field. Kickapoo has decided that there they are. they were standing over. They were way over on the sideline. They were over by the cheerleaders talking. Who knows about what? Schneider comes on the field to boot this thing away, and I don't know. Is this even worth it to come back on the field? You know where this thing's going to go. He has booted 2 of them on the other side of the end zone. It would not surprise me to see one go through the goalposts. This kid has got a foot, and he nails this one.
Actually, this is returnable.
Well, it's going to bounce. It's about halfway. No, it isn't. It's about halfway, so about 5 yards deep into the end zone. So Sheen Butler-Lawson and Tajay Parrish, they're just standing there with their hands on, kind of folded, watching that thing go over their head.
Why do I even come out here?
Yeah, they're back at the 2 and 3 yard line and just seeing that thing sail over their heads. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 20 with 1:25 left to go in the game. How do you get the ball down the field with 2 timeouts and 1:25? You're going to have to get some. You're going to have to get it in the air a little bit.
You've got to get it in the air.
Unless you can break one. Unless Butler Lawson can break one through, which we've seen. He has a 57-yard touchdown run already in this contest. Draley will take the handoff from Tajay Parrish. Parrish to the outside, and he trips over his own player. His own player in front of him trying to lay a block, and I'm not sure who that was. That was Sheen Butler-Lawson. Butler-Lawson was out in front of him trying to lay a block for him, and Tajay ran up his back. Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6 now for the Tigers. Tajay was hoping, I'm sure Tajay was thinking that Butler-Lawson was going to go one way with the block, and he went that way instead of the other. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. Sheen Butler-Lawson in the backfield will take the handoff, and he will go nowhere. Meeting him right at the line of scrimmage, the Kickapoo Chiefs linebacker, Carl Burton. Timeout by the Chiefs. This will be their last with 42 seconds left to go here in the timeout Tigers.
I was going to say, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, so. Okay, both of them were calling for timeout. Now they changed it. Now they give it to Kickapoo taking their last one because they said they wanted a timeout first. We will keep it here. Again, a reminder, next week, don't know exactly where we'll be. We think it will probably be Branson next Friday night for the first round of districts, win or lose here tonight. Our game being brought to you by AirServe Heating and Cooling, your comfort company, locally owned and operated, serving Waynesville and all surrounding areas, and by Rocky Top Pets in Waynesville. If your pets could talk, they'd say Rocky Top. Well, I thought we were going to get done with the first half in less than an hour, but that did not happen. A lot of timeouts here, and again, our time and management brought to you by your shelter insurance agent in Waynesville, Mike Anthony. Tigers again. Breaking away from head coach Tom Gramados for this game. Will work their way over to the about 23-yard line is where the ball is spotted. 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. 42 seconds left to go here in the first half. 17-14. Kickapoo on top. Butler-Lawson gets the handoff, and he gets drilled behind the line of scrimmage. That is going to be a loss of 3 on the play. We're back to about
I think we're going to go to the locker room.
4th and 10. And, I think if the clock is ticking, we are I think we can run this thing out. I mean, there is, without getting a 5-yard penalty. Can we? Look at the time. Look at the time clock and look at the play clock. And it is very, very close.
Very close, but I'm still thinking back with 1:25 and 2 timeouts.
Tigers are going to call, they call a timeout right before the clock. Yep, they did. Waynesville called a timeout right before the clock strikes 0.
Kill me. I don't understand this.
They are going to put 1 second back on the clock because they were going to have to take a 5. Well, it wouldn't have been a 5-yard penalty on 4th and down. It would have been, it would have been. It would have been a 5-yard penalty, and then you would still have to have a snap.
So it was within the tick.
Yeah, it was within the 1 tick. So they waited till the 1 second mark. They called a timeout, and now I'm sure that Braden Draley will probably take a knee on a 4th and about 8.
But like I said, Marvin, I'm still puzzled with 1:25 and 2 timeouts. I don't.
Yeah, we still have 1 timeout left. Tigers are going to have to come back on the field. They're going to have 1 more play. Of course, Kickapoo's not coming back over there. Yeah, they're going. Okay, now they're going to come out of the huddle. Off to the sidelines. I hope Braden Draley doesn't just throw this ball on the ground. You cannot do that. You can't do that from the pistol formation. Tigers are going to run a play, and they are going to hand it off to David Adams. Adams cuts to the outside to the 40. He's got a little running room to the 50, to the 40. Adams still on his feet to the 20, and he's going to step out of bounds at the 10-yard line. So the half will come to an end, but not before David Adams scampers all the way down to the Kickapoo 10-yard line before he gets knocked out of bounds. That almost went to the house, not quite. And I'm back to what you said, Mike.
1:25 and 2 timeouts.
Yeah. Where was that play when we were needing that down on the other end? You know, we could have had the ball with a minute left to go on their 10-yard line if that play would have worked earlier.
What kind of message are you sending to the Kickapoo Chiefs at 1:25 and 2 timeouts? That, okay, we're done for the half.
So the half comes to an end. It is 17-14. The Kickapoo Chiefs leading the Waynesville Tigers. Everything happening in the second quarter of this football game. We'll be back to talk about it in a couple of minutes.
When you're ready for a home improvement project, one of the first plans you'll make is the home improvement loan. And that can be a lot of work. But at our bank, we've improved the home improvement loan. Great rates, friendly service, and quick answers, too. We're an equal housing lender. Security Bank, a better way to bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Online at sbpc.com.
Whether you're looking for a bigger home for your growing family or downsizing for retirement, a Clayton manufactured home can give you all the comforts you want in less time and for less money. Choose from hundreds of floor plans and customize your new home to fit your needs. From name brand appliances and custom cabinets to a stone fireplace and spa bathroom, the choice is yours. We build a great house. You make a great home. Clayton Homes in Lebanon, 438 Highway MM, or phone 417-533-3599.
St. Robert Family Dental Center provides gentle dental care from caring, compassionate dentists. Their state-of-the-art practice uses only the finest and most effective treatment methods available. Their friendly team treat each patient with the compassion and empathy that they would expect for their own families. Dental treatments include preventative care, fillings, crowns, dentures, partials, cosmetic solutions, and teeth whitening. St. Robert Family Dental Center, providing quality dental care to St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Waynesville, and all surrounding areas.
You can't remember if you locked your door. An intruder may be in your home right now. Are your valuables safe? Security is what Alarmco does. Locally owned and operated, they offer affordable selections of all your security needs for home or business. Call Alarmco at 336-5921. That's 336-5921. You're listening to KOZQ 102.3 FM, Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Get Napa know-how at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue in St. Robert and get the good stuff 7 days a week.
York & Company Pharmacy.
Hey, it's Lily, proud member of the York & Company Pharmacy team in Richland. With most of us, our lifestyles are go, 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 which means sometimes for our kids, meals become whatever we can fit in. Sound familiar? York & Company Pharmacy offers a free kids vitamin program designed for our kids 2 to 12 to help fill in those gaps. Just stop in. We're happy to help, and your kids will be stronger, happier, and healthier because you did.
York & Company Pharmacy.
Get ready for deer season at Post Pawn. Select from a huge selection of new and used rifles at the best prices you can find, as well as scopes, all kinds of ammunition, and they special order. Post Pawn also does scope mounting and bore sighting and carries scope rings and mounts for just about any firearm. And for the late deer season, a great selection of muzzle-loading rifles and equipment, plus military surplus, cold weather gear, rainwear, and packs. If you have your guns shipped to Post Pawn, they only charge a $25 transfer fee. This deer season, save money and shop at Post Pawn and Gateway Shopping Center on Missouri Avenue in St. Robert.
It's 17-14 at halftime. The Kickapoo Chiefs are leading the Waynesville football Tigers here at Tiger Stadium. The Waynesville Tigers and Kickapoo Chiefs getting together for the last regular season game of the season. Districts we will begin next week, and from all indications, it looks like Kickapoo will probably be taking on Lee Summit West. They will travel to the Kansas City area for their first district game, while the Waynesville Tigers will probably head on down to Little Nashville in southern Missouri called Branson. And the Waynesville Tigers will be there next Friday. That is not a done deal as of yet. There are some scenarios that could take place that could keep the Waynesville Tigers from heading that way, and that would be if they lose here to Kickapoo, and Springfield Central somehow knocks off the Chaminade Flyers. And I believe that is being played up in the St. Louis area. Both Springfield Central and Waynesville are 0-8 on the season, and they are standing at the number 5 and 6 spots in the bracket, and Waynesville with the number 5. Springfield 6 at 6, and again, number 5 will play number 4, and I think that's where Branson will end up because they are playing Webb City tonight, and the Webb City Cardinals are 8-0 on the season, the number 1 ranked team in the state in Class 4, or Class 5 actually. No, I believe that is Class 4. So, we are again into halftime with a 17-14 score. The Kickapoo Chiefs scored first. Austin Houston caught a 5-yard pass from Mason Auer, their quarterback, with 11:56 left to go in the second quarter. That was the first play of the second quarter. Kickapoo went into the end zone. Their extra point was good. Waynesville Tigers would come back as Sheen Butler-Lawson rambled 57 yards into the end zone. Aaron Choi kicks the extra point. It's 7-7. Next possession, the Kickapoo Chiefs march the ball down the field. Austin Houston, a 30-yard catch from the quarterback Mason Auer with 7:50 left to go in the second. Waynesville Tigers would come right back as David Adams would catch a 28-yard pass from quarterback Braden Draley, and that was with 3:54 left to go. And then with 1:25 left, the kicker, Josh Schneider, booted a 27-yarder through the upright. That made the score 17-14. The Tigers still with 2 timeouts and 1:25 left to go on the clock. Pretty much could do nothing with the football, and I'm not saying they didn't try, but the plays that they called just did not generate the yardage they needed.
Well,
right?
I mean, they kind of sent a message right off the bat, Marv, that, you know what, we're going to let this time run out. That's basically what they were doing. We're going to go in the locker room satisfied, 17-14, and I'm thinking 2 timeouts, minute 25, you know. You go until there's it's 0-0-0 on the clock.
Right.
I mean,
that's
just the way you do it.
And they had to go 80 yards. I understand that. They were down on their own 20. But, again, that end around to David Adams that worked on the last play of the half, that he went from deep in the Tiger territory. Yeah, 70 yards, went to the 10-yard line. You know, if that play would have worked, if it worked then, it might have worked earlier. Of course, you know, with 1 second left on the clock, Kickapoo might have been thinking, maybe they'll take a knee, and we're not going to really, we did not. well, we pulled off the end around and almost made them pay.
Absolutely, Marv. But I tell you what, when we look at these stats, they're in Waynesville's favor, even though it isn't on the clock. But you got Butler Larson with 23 carries and 141 yards. Now that is a great first half, 23 for 141 yards. That's a 6.1 average. But now what are you going to do this second half? Because at this pace right now, you're talking 46 carries for the game. That's a lot of carrying for one guy to do. And then you had David Adams that busted that 170-yarder. He had 4 carries for 92 yards, 29 total rushes for 239 on the Waynesville Tiger side. Draley was 5 for 9 for 43 yards and a TD. So we got total offensive of the first half for the Tigers, 282 total yards. Jump over to Kickapoo. We didn't see a whole lot out of Kickapoo. They busted a couple rushing plays and a pass play. You had Dalton Coates for 9 carries for 54 yards. And Mason, the quarterback, he had 6 carries for 81 yards and, 15 rushes for only 135 yards. Passing, he was 4 for 11, 54 yards. You look at the Kickapoo's offensive totals, 189. Time of possession, Waynesville had it the whole first half. Number of plays, Waynesville had it the whole time. It's all Waynesville on the stats, but that scoreboard that means the most is showing 17-14.
Yeah, we've got almost 100 yards more on offense than Kickapoo does in the first half and trailing by 3. That tells you a lot. We'll be right back.
Hi there, it's Robin from the Richland branch of the Marys County Bank, and I'm excited to tell you about our brand new Shazam Bolts mobile app, a fraud protection app offering 24/7 fraud alerts, ATM locators, and account balances, even the ability to block your card. This app is available for download today, and setup is easy with step-by-step instructions. Take control of your debit card with the new Shazam Bolts mobile app, now available for the Marys County Bank's debit card holders, member FDIC.
Pride in our past, investing in your future. The Marys County Bank.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the movie theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
Save this summer with benefits from the B&B Theater's Backstage Loyalty Program. Members are entitled to some great perks, and membership is totally free. Sign up online at bbtheaters.com or in person at the box office in Waynesville.
Piney Ridge Center, a behavioral health center for adolescents, is building a strong team to help our residents. We're always looking for motivated and enthusiastic people to support the children. Call us today at 573-774-4034 or 774-4035 to learn how to join the Piney Ridge Center team and be appreciated for your compassionate care. Piney Ridge Center supports the Waynesville Tigers for a great 2017 season. Go Tigers!
I'm here in the middle of the beautiful Ozarks.
I'm in one of the most exciting phases of my life.
But it's definitely time to relocate to a place of my own.
Somewhere I can power nap in peace.
Where I can have my buddies over anytime I want.
Somewhere close to where I need to be, when I need to be there.
I wonder what my housing options are.
Alford Beatty Communities offers move-in ready 2, 3, and 4-bedroom homes in both single-family and townhome styles. Located at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, our residents enjoy a secure and comfortable hometown environment with the convenience of 24-hour maintenance, lawn care services, and community events. For more information, call Balfour Beatty today at 573-329-1013.
It's home cooking at its finest. It's Westside Cafe in the Westside Shopping Center in West Waynesville. Dave and the gang get there early in the morning, preparing their great breakfast and getting things prepared for their luncheon specials. Plenty to eat, and they still keep the prices reasonable, which is why the parking lot is always full. And that's what you'll be when you leave, full of the great tasting breakfasts and lunches at Westside Cafe in West Waynesville.
Lowe's Chevrolet is celebrating, supporting, and growing. Celebrating Truck Month with continued spectacular savings of more than $10,000 on many of our trucks in stock. And you can buy them at supplier pricing. Supporting breast cancer awareness and decked out in pink. Watch for details of our Chevrolet Share the Drive later this month and throughout October. And Lowe's Chevrolet is growing. We're adding a state-of-the-art alignment system and expanding our service department as we work to meet our customers' service needs. Exciting days here at Lowe's Chevrolet. Exit 156, just off I-44.
Back here, Marv Luton along with Mike Hartley. Our game being brought to you in part by Rocky Top Pets in Waynesville. If your pets could talk, they'd say Rocky Top. Join us next Saturday down at Rocky Top Pets on a Saturday morning into the afternoon. We'll be there for their big customer appreciation. Also by Pulaski County Health Center and Home Health Agency in Crocker. Quality home care provided by professionals from your hometown. By Columbia College of Fort Wood and Waynesville, where you get more degree and less debt. Well, the Tigers trailing by 3 here at halftime. They have outrushed and outpassed the Kickapoo Chiefs by over 100 yards, and that is going to have to continue into the next half. Let's get you some scores from around the area. Willard is beating Republic 20-0. Rolla and West Plains at halftime. West Plains 49-14 over the Rolla Bulldogs. They've got a shootout up at the lake. Is Camdenton and Glendale. 29 Camdenton, 28 Glendale. Joplin beating Hillcrest 21-14 at the half, and at the half it's Lebanon 35-25 over Springfield Parkview. Some of the other ones that we would be possibly.
Let's see what Branson's doing.
Well, let's see. The Branson Pirates, they are losing 42-0 with 10:50 left to go in the third quarter. Carl Junction, number 2 in the state, in Class 4. They are smoking Nixa 21-0. And let's see, what else do we have? Springfield Catholic. Okay, yeah, you're right. They're getting beat by Reed Spring 27-7. So no big deal there. That would not matter one way or the other as far as what the Tigers do. Ozark and Bolivar, it's 21-14 at the half. I thought that would be a little bit farther apart with Ozark over Bolivar. So Alan Hilliard supplying us with the halftime stats. Thank you, Alan. We appreciate that. Take another break, and we'll be back with more second half coming up.
Hi, this is Noelle Frank, and I'm proud to be a member of the family of the Bank of Iberia. I get the opportunity every day to help people find solutions to their banking needs. If a bank that knows you by name and works hard to get done what you need sounds interesting, let's talk. At the Bank of Iberia, you will bank with neighbors, so come grow with us at the Bank of Iberia in Waynesville and Iberia. Member FDIC, the Bank of Iberia is an equal housing lender.
It's the place there's no place else like. Home. It's the circle of chairs around your fire pit, where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Ask your agent for details. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Mike Anthony, your Shelter Insurance agent in Waynesville.
Sellers Sexton sell satisfaction.
That's over 40 years of selling satisfaction, and many of our customers have stayed with us from the beginning. Just listen.
I am always pleased with their service, and I've been a customer of Sellers Sexton for almost 40 years.
Right now, get huge savings on 2017 Ford trucks and SUVs. Get up to $4,500 cash back on Escape, up to $4,800 cash back on Explorer, up to $5,800 cash back on F-150, and up to $7,750 cash back on new Expeditions. Plus, there's thousands in additional Sellers Sexton discounts on all new 2017 Fords. Hurry in for the deals while they last. Only at Sellers Sexton Ford in St. Robert or online at sellersexton.com.
Come on!
Piney Ridge Center, a behavioral health center for adolescents, is building a strong team to help our residents. We are always looking for motivated and enthusiastic people to support the children. Call us today at 573-774-4034 or 774-4035 to learn how to join the Piney Ridge Center team and be appreciated for your compassionate care. Piney Ridge Center supports the Waynesville Tigers for a great 2017 season. Go Tigers!
We're back, Marv Luton, along with Mike Hartley here at halftime with the Tigers trailing Kickapoo 17-14. But certainly in this football game all the way, we have controlled the tempo of the game. We have controlled the offense in the contest. We have almost 100 more yards than Kickapoo. We're just trailing by that 27-yard field goal from Josh Schneiderer, who could probably kick the 50-yard field goal the way that thing went through the uprights.
He's got a leg on him, Marv, but no, we're going to have to tighten up this second half. We got to put some points on the board early, Marv. I just hope the guys have got enough gas in them to go all the way to the end. But if we can get some points on the board early, we're going to get the ball right off the bat. Got to tighten up our defense a little bit. We're getting way too much cushion on our outside, on our cornerbacks. They're giving up way too much, and hopefully Kickapoo hasn't picked up on that yet.
Well, their quarterback is a 6-footer. He's 175 pounds. That is not necessarily a big quarterback, but he has got some speed. If he gets out of the pocket, and we have seen him a couple of times, he can turn on the afterburners.
He busted a pretty good one there, I think, in that second quarter, didn't he? It was a 58-yarder. So, he's got some legs under him, too.
And there's the size of their line. You look at their left tackle is 265. Their left guard is 260. 255 is their center. He's one of the smaller ones. And then their right guard, Javon Sims, is a 6-footer at 345 pounds. And he looks every bit of 345 pounds out there, and it takes a bus ticket to get around him.
Yeah, and then you got the right tackle, Burton, 6'6", and 225.
So they are pretty big up front. But think of it as big is nothing unusual for this Tiger team. We have seen big. As I told Coach Straley, we've seen big all year. What does that matter?
And it doesn't, more because if you study Waynesville football, we've never been on I don't think we've ever had the biggest line at any game. So, but we work off speed, quickness and speed. That's the name of that's Tiger football. So
back in 2007, we won the state champ. We did not have a big offensive line. Of course, we had who was it? Ostrowski, who could manhandle two guys at one time. He was a moose. But we back in those, we had some speed, on that team as well. And you can fight off the size by using your speed.
And using your technique. Just regular, good, fundamental, blocking technique can go a long ways. And you can take that when you're smaller with the quickness. And I personally like the medium-sized lineman that's got the quick speed.
We'll see how the second half all pans out. We've got a few minutes left to go. Both teams have made their way back on the field. It's 17-14 Kickapoo over Waynesville. Our game being brought to you by Cape Air, offering fast daily flights between Fort Wood and St. Louis. Check-in is easy, connecting a breeze, plus flight time less than an hour. Learn more at capeair.com and by Waynesville Career Center next to Waynesville High School on GW Lane Drive. Back in a moment.
Wonder what the outrageously energizing experience of Mountain Dew Kickstart is like? Well, it's like a combo of 3 awesome things. Dew, juice, and caffeine, rebooting your entire personal operating system.
Mountain Dew Kickstart is in position for consumption.
Prepare for Mountain Dew Kickstart assimilation.
Stand by for attitude conversion.
Engage reflexes for new activities.
Engaging reflexes.
All systems cleared for launch.
Initiate launch sequence. Bring Mountain Dew Kickstart online in T-3, 2, 1, mark.
Release the Mountain Dew Kickstart.
Mountain Dew Kickstart released. Experiencing a charge of Mountain Dew Kickstart now.
Calculating charging effect. Mountain Dew Kickstart operation successful.
Congratulations. You are now off the couch and out exploring the world.
Roger that.
Get charged up for what's coming next, anytime, anywhere, with Mountain Dew Kickstart. Available in 10 energizing flavors like mango lime, raspberry citrus, midnight grape, and orange citrus. Mountain Dew Kickstart. Fuel with flavor.
Hi, this is Katie at Buckhorn Carpet, and Dawn and I are proud that we have carried on the Buckhorn Carpet family tradition. Whether it's laminate, hardwood, tile, or carpet, we have it or we can get it. Take exit 153 off I-44 and see what we have to offer. Buckhorn Carpet, in business since 1968 because of the confidence that you have placed in our family. Like us on Facebook.
We're back here, Marv Luton, along with Mike Hartley. Shane McPherson joins us up here in the press box, doing a couple extra eyes out there on the field to help us out a little bit, because our eyes aren't what they used to be. All of us wear glasses. Yeah, all of us wear glasses. So mine are more like the binoculars, so I can see the numbers, but still don't get a chance to see many of the numbers. I really think if we would have, and I hate saying this because the two kids that are out there that are missing this game don't want to miss this any more than anybody else. But with Eddie Yoon and Devin Stearns not in this contest today, and McCorkle, Felix McCorkle not being there.
We're missing him.
Yeah, we're missing. We're missing McCorkle's speed out there on offense, and we're gonna miss McCorkle in the backfield because he is a good D-back as well. But not having Yoon and not having Stearns out there, they're having fun over here in the sideline. Devin Stearns is jumping on the back of Gatzmeyer down there, and I'll tell you what. Devin Stearns is out there pumping this team up for the second half of this game, and Devin knows, guys, this is my senior year. I'm not able to play on senior night. Let's get this thing done.
Yeah, let's break this streak. Get it over with. So like I said, just hopefully we don't run out of gas, Marv. But I tell you what, we're going to get the ball right off the bat, and that's going to be probably the biggest key thing is putting some kind of points on the board when we get the ball.
Well, and we get the ball to start the third quarter, and that is always a key. If we can get this ball and march it down the field, or at least get it down there past the 50, if we have to punt, put them down deep in their own territory, and then go down there, get a 3-and-out, and come back and try it again. We're not able to if we could use only half of the field tonight, and we've had a couple of times where we could have pinned Kickapoo deep in their own territory but didn't get it done.
Well, we didn't, but, that hats off to their punter there. He had a couple of good punts, or we would have had pretty good field possession to start with, one in the first quarter, one in the second quarter. But we need a good possession, the start of this third quarter, and set the presence and get the momentum on our side and keep it.
I would like to see a good kickoff return, but I don't think that's going to happen with Schneiderer booting this ball away. The Tigers, one thing I am happy with, though, on the first half, Mike, we've only seen 5 flags. 3 penalty flags for Waynesville and 2 for Kickapoo. So 5 flags in the first half of this football game, and that has got to be a season low for the
turnover.
Tigers.
Have we had a turnover?
No turnovers here in the game at all. And here's one pooched up high in the air. It'll be fielded at the 31-yard line by Tracy Gates. Excuse me, that is not Tracy Gates. I thought that's Daniel McCullough. So McCullough will field that. I thought that was number 8. Instead, it was 84. But he did the right thing, caught the ball, and pretty much saw the defender or saw the team converging down on him, so just hit the ground.
Was that the same kicker we seen kick the field goal?
Yeah, it was. They just pooched it up in the air.
Yeah, didn't he?
Yeah, he got underneath it, and so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Waynesville Tigers. The ball at the 33-yard line. Out of the pistol formation is Braden Draley. The ball slips, and he was going to hand that off, but he did the right thing. He just took it off to the sideline. He's going to lose a yard on the play, but that's better than getting sacked 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Didn't want to start off that way.
No. That brings up a 2nd down now and 11 for the Tigers. Ball is spotted again right at the 32-yard line. Sheen Butler-Lawson in the backfield. It is Braden Draley working out of the pistol. It's Jonathan Ray, Tajay Parrish to the left.
Come on, guys.
And on the right-hand side, it will be David Adams and Tyler Gaiman, rather. Working out of the pistol and handing off to Sheen Butler-Lawson. He will change directions, and Draley in front of him. Draley lays one block down, and Butler-Lawson gets it to the 42-yard line. That is going to be close to a 1st down. The far judge on the Kickapoo side is saying we are a yard short. And they spot it at the 42. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down now and 1 for the Tigers. Good move that time by Lawson to change directions when nothing was out there. And Draley saw that, and Braden Draley led the blocking for his running back. Third and short, and it will be Lawson, and he
will
barely pick up the first down, but a flag comes flying from the defensive backfield of the Kickapoo Chiefs.
I don't like this. If he calls a holding and it's way away from the play.
Well, you could get a holding call on any possession. Face mask penalty on Kickapoo.
Wow.
And that will be a 5-yarder, or will they mark off 15? They're only going to mark 5. So, incidental face mask, but that's a certain first down for the Waynesville Tigers.
Marv, was that wasn't on the ball player over here? Was it hands to the face? Is that, more of a hands to the face?
Pretty much, yeah, hands to the face, I think, but they call a face mask is what the indication was from the referee. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at midfield at the 49-yard line of Waynesville. Sheen Butler-Lawson will take it off of left tackle and pick up a couple of blockers. He ran into the back of Ethan Gatzmeyer and bounced off Gatzmeyer, still able to pick up about 6 yards on the play, maybe 7. They'll spot it at the 46.5-yard line.
Only give him 5.
So it's going to bring up a second down and a long 5. Deuces left, Deuces right. Again, moving is David Adams, and he will take the handoff from the quarterback, cuts it to the outside. Lawson in front of him. Lawson gets a good block, and the Tigers pick up a first down. And Sheen Butler-Lawson has his face mask, or his helmet, yanked off his head, and a penalty flag flies.
I don't know if he talked the referee into that or what.
I don't either, because he's looking over at the referee. And
with no helmet on.
Yeah, he said, they yanked my face mask, or they yanked my helmet off. And the referee all of a sudden throws a penalty flag up in the air. I don't know whether the referee actually saw it or not. The Tigers do pick up a first down. The ball is being spotted right at the 40-yard line. Now the referees are having a little powwow, talking things over, and right in the middle of all that talking is Braden Draley, and right behind him are the rest of the Tigers.
Here we go.
So we're going to find out. Personal foul. It will be against the Kickapoo Chiefs, and again, that will be for yanking the helmet off of Sheen Butler-Lawson, and that will be a first down for the Waynesville Tigers.
That comes on after the 6-yard gain.
It was already a first down for the Tigers. This will be marked off 15 yards on top of that.
So 7-yard gain and 15.
So add that all up. Sheen Butler-Lawson. Well, Adams picks up the 7. Lawson picks up the 15, right?
Yeah.
So the ball is going to be spotted at the 24-yard line of the Kickapoo Chiefs. So the Waynesville Tigers are doing, Mike, what they needed to do here on the initial drive of the opening part of the second half, and that is move the ball down the field. Now let's get it into the end zone, guys. Penalty flag flies, and Lawson, they fake the handoff to him and throw over to David Adams. David Adams steps out of bounds after a gain of about 7 on the play, but this one is going to come back.
Yeah.
Somebody moved on the line of scrimmage, I think, before that play was that play even developed, or one of the Kickapoo Chiefs was leaning in and in the neutral zone. Let's see where the penalty is going to be assessed. The referee says illegal procedure, and that is usually on the offense. It is. So that will mark the Tigers back 5 yards. 20 yards in penalties now for Waynesville. That brings the ball back to about the 29-yard line. Brings up a 1st and 15 now for the Tigers. Draley out of the pistol formation. Adams goes in motion. David gets the handoff. He's to the outside, and he gets to the first down. Well, he gets to the original first down marker, the original line of scrimmage, so he'll pick up 5 on the play. He'll pick up the 5 they lost on the illegal procedure penalty. He'll march it up to the 25-yard line. Brings up a second down now, and 10 for the Tigers, probably second and about 11.
And see, that puts Adams 6 carries, and it puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Yeah, that time they went to the short side of the field. If I'm running Adams, I'm running him to the long side of the field,
yes.
So he's got a little bit more room. And now we are going to have more movement on the line of scrimmage. Is this a jump offside by Kickapoo?
I believe
or is this illegal
up.
procedure on the Tigers? They're marching
Somebody's
the Tigers
lining
back.
up in the neutral zone.
So we have, illegal movement before the ball was snapped by the running back, Shane Butler Lawson. So that moves the Tigers back the same 5 yards they just gained.
He's creeped a couple times that we've got away with already this game.
Yeah, he has. He moves a little bit just before the ball is snapped, and again, that time that was just a little bit too soon.
Which is good if you can get away with it.
If you can get away with it, you get that extra little surge. Noah Ochoa lining up on the left-hand side now with
Chiefs
trips.
coming.
And here is Ross, and they wrap him up in the backfield. And again, back in the backfield for the Kickapoo Chiefs was Tyler Wagner and Alex Taylor. 66-44, wrapped up number 14 for no gain on the play. Actually, a loss of 3, so it's 3rd and about 18 for the Tigers. This is not what we wanted. We got that ball down to the 30-yard line of the Kickapoo Chiefs, and we have gone backwards two times on penalties, and now on an illegal procedure call, and now on the sack. So Draley takes the snap, looks to somebody to throw down the field, and he is being chased out of the pocket. Draley with a little bit of running room, and he will step out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and nowhere near a first down for the Tigers. As a matter of fact, that's still going to be 12 yards, maybe 15 yards shy of the first down. They've got to get that ball down to the 15. Draley stepped out of bounds at the 30.
So what do you get, 4 on the play?
4 yards on the play. I thought he was a little bit farther than that. But the Tigers, it looks like, are going to go for it on a 4th down and 14. If they can't get it into the end zone, at least get the ball down to the 15-yard line. If you can't get it past the first down marker, get it as close as you can.
And, when Draley gets flushed out of the pocket like that and they get to run it, them receivers have got to work their way back to him, turn around and come back towards him to where he can make that pass.
Yeah, and that time they did not.
They stood their ground.
Do we have a timeout called by the Tigers before the? Yes, we do. So we have to burn our first timeout because the play clock was winding down. We're back in a moment here on 97.9.
Mailbox It of St. Robert is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Their team of dedicated, professionally trained experts understands the meaning of superstar customer care. They focus on saving you time and money by ensuring you get the right products and services at the right price in a single, quick visit. They can pack and ship almost anything to almost anywhere in the world. But shipping is only one way they can help make your life easier. In addition to their pack and ship service, they are also St. Robert's premier copy, print, and document service center. Large or small, black and white or color, it can be printed. Mailbox It can handle it. Mailbox It, one-stop shop for dozens of business products and services that will allow you to do what you're good at while they take care of the other stuff you need to succeed.
I hated to use that timeout, but the Tigers did. Rather than move 5 yards back, they had to burn their first timeout of the second half. Looking at a 4th down and 14 right now. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. Sheen Butler Lawson in the back, looking for a screen pass here, maybe. Rolling to the right is Draley, and he throws into the end zone, and there was nobody within 10 yards of that pass. That pass went down into the corner. Both Jonathan Ray and Tajay Parrish were cutting back to the middle. David Adams was at the 10-yard line. That one goes into the end zone. So the Kickapoo Chiefs will take over on downs.
And that hurts. That kills the momentum right there, Marv.
So the Tigers, after moving the ball down the field, will have to turn things over to their defense and see if this Tiger D can stop the Kickapoo Chiefs here and get that offense back on the field. Well, I would have liked to seen Kickapoo a little bit further deeper in their own territory than at their own 29-yard line. 1st and 10, and the ball snapped over the center's head, and it is fielded. It's going to be downed by the Kickapoo Chiefs back at the 11-yard line, and that was downed by the man in motion, Ian Martis, who was going on, it looked like, Mike, on an end around or maybe a double reverse, and the ball got snapped over the quarterback's head.
That is one time you're glad you had the guy in motion.
Exactly.
Because that could have easily been a Waynesville ball.
Yep, that's right. And that was a loss of about 15
16.
on the – yeah, you're right, 16 on the play. So it is 2nd and 4 ever. Little flare pass to the outside, dropped by Coates. That was not a good pass that time by the quarterback, Mason Auer, I should say. Auer is how his last name is spelled. So it brings up 3rd and 25. Now, if the Tigers can hold Kickapoo, force them to punt the football from down there, now at about the 14-yard line. If they can stop this run or this pass, Auer running to the outside, and he is chased. He will outrun Sexton, and he will get to the first down marker, close to, the original line of scrimmage. He is going to be about 9 yards shy of a first down. Now, Kickapoo is going to have to punt this ball away, but that was still a pretty good run by Mason Auer to get the team where they're at right now. And again, that's back to the original line of scrimmage, Mike. So he gains 15 yards on that run. It's 4th and about 11 now, and into kick the ball is their quarterback, Auer. Deep for the Tigers is David Adams, along with Tracy Gates. This ball is kicked high up into the air, and it will be Adams will fair catch it at the 45-yard line, and a penalty flag goes flying.
I didn't see all I seen was the ball carrier.
Yeah, somebody said something, maybe while they were blocking each other. I don't know, but they threw that flag, and there was no contact. Everybody knew the ball was going to be fair caught, so nobody was...
and he threw it at Adams.
Yeah. So what is the indication? I did not see it. It's on Waynesville. It's a holding penalty on the Waynesville Tigers. That will march the ball back from the 45 to the 35. Man, that hurt. Now we're back to the 35. Let's see if we can make this up. All of a sudden, here in the third quarter, we had 3 penalties the entire first half, and we've already got 3 in the third quarter, and we're not halfway through the thing yet. Here's a handoff to Butler Lawson. He'll kick it to the outside with a little bit of blocking in front of him, and he will be run out of bounds right at the first down marker. He will pick up at least 9 on the play. Let's see where they spot. They're only going to give him 8. Needs to take that ball and stick it in front of him like they do in the NFL. No, that's not a good idea.
No.
Not in high school. Get that ball slapped out of your hands. Yeah, right. Referees are volunteers. They're getting paid for this just like anybody else.
They're a step above volunteers.
2nd and 2 now for the Tigers. Draley with Butler Lawson in the backfield. Lawson gets the ball up the middle. He goes.
Runs over
just plows over one of the linebackers. Let's see if we can pick up a number on the linebacker. And that was either 54 or 40. That was either Will Anoa'i or also Alex Taylor. I'm not sure which one. One was helping the other one up. But Sheen Butler Lawson just plowed him over.
You wasn't going to deny him a first down.
No, not at all. Second first down of this second half. Ball at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Only a gain of about 4 on the play, but it was enough. And here's Lawson again. He will take it off of the left tackle next to the center, and he will take it for another 5 yards on the play. 2nd down now and 5 for the Tigers. Still able to move the ball. We can move it, but then we seem to put on the brakes. And usually put it in reverse.
As long as we leave that gun in the holster and don't try to pull it out, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot.
Don't shoot any toes off. 2nd and 5 now for the Tigers. Kickapoo showing blitz. Handoff. No, this is a keeper by the quarterback. Draley dives to the 35-yard line. And that gave him an extra 3 yards just by the dive. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Good move that time by Braden Draley, who saw the defense collapsing on the running back, Sheen Butler Lawson. He pulled it out of his belly. Draley on a quarterback keeper.
A little scary when he runs with the ball like that. It's like somebody's going to take his head off.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Draley works out of the pistol. Butler Lawson gets the handoff, comes to the outside, and they grab his helmet, and we're going to have a penalty right at the 30-yard line. Let's see if we have another incidental face mask.
I think Adams got caught hitting in the back.
Or a block in the back on the Tigers, and that's what it's holding penalty on Waynesville.
That was on Adams.
So David Adams gets called for that one. That's another 10-yard penalty. And that is 45 yards now in penalties. That is the 7th one on the Tigers. Just cannot keep those yellow hankies in the referee's pocket, can we?
Well, they wasn't part of the game, the first half.
Well, they didn't. They didn't do nothing the first half. Only 5 penalties. They've got to get those arms oiled and get those hankies tossed. Trips to the left, one to the right. Busted play as Braden Draley handed off to the right. Sheen Butler Lawson went to the left, and they spin Draley and drop him for no gain on the play. Brings up a 2nd down now and 20 for the Tigers. 5:26 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Again, we get close to the red zone, and we go backwards here in the 3rd quarter.
We need to come back with that screen or something across the middle.
2nd and 20. We need some yardage on this play. Draley back to throws. Got plenty of time. Now he's going to be chased out of the pocket. Throws across his body and overthrows his intended receiver, David Adams, by about 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, and Marv, we sent every one of our receivers 30 yards down the field. We didn't need all 20 yards at that time. We could have used half of that, but again, pass goes incomplete. 3rd down now and 20. You send one or two of those receivers. You send them a little bit deep in case there's something busted up in the defensive, in the defensive secondary. And then you got to have a couple more that is going to be short.
Trips to the left, one to the right. Sheen Butler Lawson in the backfield. Here is the snap. Draley rolls to the outside.
And they're all going
some
deep
receivers,
again.
And everybody's down there. Adams catches it at the 20-yard line and gets knocked out of bounds. Are they going to give him the catch or no? So, incomplete pass. Brings up a 4th down situation for the Waynesville Tigers. And that will bring in Tim Breck, the punter for Waynesville. He'll be kicking it away from the Tiger 45-yard line. So Waynesville, again, trailing by 3. We have had the ball 2 different times. Both times we have made it into Kickapoo territory. Once got it down to about the Kickapoo 25. We could have got it down to the 25-yard line this time with a 1st down, but that didn't happen. The Tigers boot the ball away, and Brecht puts his foot into this one. My goodness, he nails this thing all the way back into the end zone, bounces over the goal post, but it will all come back to the 20-yard line. What a kick that time by Tim Brecht. He put his foot and about three other players' feet into that one. Yeah, all 240 pounds of him. He just booted that thing. 1st and 10 now for Kickapoo, so the Tiger defense back on the field. Tigers trailing by 3, 17-14. Breck coming back into the game now, and he will line up at the nose guard position for the Waynesville Tigers, next to Jacob York on one side and Nick Clary on the other. Man in motion. And a little pass to the outside, picked off by Gates. He could not hold on to it. Oh, Tracy Gates read that perfectly. And that ball, he just couldn't get that thing where he needed to.
That could have been big. Would have been big.
Oh, my goodness, that would have been huge. But nonetheless, it goes for an incomplete pass. And it's 2nd down now and 10. Back to throw. Mason Auer rolls to the right, fires this thing, and it's caught right at the sideline at the 1st down marker. 1st and 10 for Kickapoo. Jacob Murrell on the catch for the Chiefs.
Gain of 11.
That is the first down of the second half for Kickapoo. 4:34 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Chiefs moving the ball at the 31-yard line. Back to throw. Auer fires this one. Pass is complete again. Another 12-yard gain on the play. Little button hook right at the first down marker. And the pass goes complete into the hands of Ian Martis.
I think they found out about our cushion.
Yeah. And that's, again, another first down. Another 12-yard gain on the play. Mason Auer getting this coach, getting the signals from the sideline. Coates again, the lone running back, and it will be the quarterback. Pulls it out, and he will keep it. Roll to the outside, gets knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line. He's going to be about 3 yards shy of the first down, maybe 2, depending on where they mark it. I think they marked this right at midfield. They will put that smack there. Well, they're going to mark it on the right hash mark, or else smack dab in the middle of the nose of the Tiger at the 50-yard line. 2nd and 2 now for the Chiefs. At midfield, Mason Auer back to throw, and he's got plenty of time, whips this thing down the field, and the pass is incomplete. We have got a penalty flag on the play. We've got 2 flags on the play, one at the 20 and one at the 30-yard line.
Did the line judge throw the first one?
I think the line judge threw the first one. I thought we might have an offensive pass interference. Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
But then the second one came after the play was over, and I don't know if somebody mouthed off down there to somebody else. That may be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Let's see what we have. We've got 2, says the referee. First one is a holding penalty on the Tigers. That will be declined. Second one, a pass interference penalty on the Tigers. That will be accepted. So defensive holding and a pass interference, and they will mark this thing from the 25-yard line, or the 35-yard line. That'll be another first down for the Chiefs. So they are marching this down the field, this time a 10-yard penalty on the Tigers for pass interference. And here's the quarterback. Auer fires this thing, a little floater, and the pass is Tracy Gates.
Again.
Yep, 2 penalty flags going on this one as Tracy Gates runs into Houston. Did not have his back turned to the ball, ran right over the receiver as he was trying to catch it, and there's no one who can argue with that one.
No.
Another pass interference penalty on the Tigers.
And this is where we're missing them guys.
We are not getting any kind of pass rush on the quarterback. And the quarterback is able to throw the ball at will. He's got 3 or 4 seconds, maybe 4 or 5 seconds back there to throw the football. So the pass interference penalty is going to march the ball down to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Kickapoo Chiefs. Their 4th first down on this drive.
3 of penalties.
Yes. You're right, and it's nothing unusual for the Tigers. Auer back to throw, throws down the field, and the pass is caught and dropped in the end zone. Again, that was Ian Martis, who could not hang on to it. That ball was right in his belly, but he was backpedaling at the time and backpedaled right away from the catch. I thought we were going to have another one of them yellow flags.
Because
we did not look back again.
Defending it, didn't even know it was coming that direction.
Nope. 2nd and 10 now. Incomplete pass. And out of the pistol formation is Mason Auer. Hands off. No, he pulls it out of the belly of Ben Coates, and Martis is being chased. Auer, and he throws the ball out of bounds. Incomplete pass out of the pocket. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Make it 3rd and 10 now for Kickapoo.
3rd and 10. This is a big third. Well,
yeah, this is another big 3rd down. If we can hold them.
If we can hold them, I almost think they'd go for it, though.
And force a field goal. Yeah, they don't want to be up by 6. They want to be up by about 10.
Yeah. I mean, they're what, 1 and 7?
Yeah, they've only won 1 game this year as well, and we haven't won any. Back to throw, Mason Auer rolls to his left. He is being chased by Trenton Sexton, whips this thing down into the end zone and into the hands of Austin Houston. Wide open touchdown, Kickapoo, 20-yard pass play. That is the second catch by Houston of this contest, a 30-yard catch and now a 20-yard catch. So down in, who is that down on the ground? Breck, that's Tim Breck. Down at the 10-yard line on his back. And Cheryl Cawley, the trainer, is out, and so is Coach Tom Gramatis. We'll take a break, and we'll be back in a moment.
Kevin here once again for Seeger Toyota of St. Robert. Thank you so much for our record response to our Customer Appreciation Month. It brought us a record number of top quality pre-owned trades. So, we've decided to have a 10-day used car sale. All cars will be priced right on the window with below market pricing. No gimmicks, no barbecue, nothing but bottom line deals with no high pressure. All you can expect from us is quality help finding you a quality vehicle. Give us a reasonable offer and I bet we can make it happen. So take advantage of Seeger Toyota's 10-day used car sale now through October the 2nd next to Walmart and at SeegerToyota.net.
Between your first job and your second. When your old intern becomes your new boss. On the 5th anniversary of your last promotion. That's the moment you need Columbia College, where you can earn a degree for about half the cost of many schools.
Register today at Columbia College in the Townfield Plaza in Waynesville or at Truman Education Center on 400 Wood. The first class is free for military spouses. Classes begin October 23rd. Learn more at ccis.edu.
Tim Breck walks off the field on his own power, limping a little bit, but that's the good news, that he was able to walk off the field. Again, he has one of those robo braces on that right knee, which he had reconstructed last year. So into the game for the extra point is Schneiderer, and he drills this through the uprights, but misses to the left. So the extra point is no good. That makes it a 23-14 game. Kickapoo on top, leading by 9. We are back with the kickoff in a moment.
When you reach a milestone of 106 years in business, let's face it, you must be doing something right. The Bank of Crocker is 106 years old this year, and they have seen their customers come and go on horse and buggies to hybrids and Harleys. With today's PCRs, laptops, and phones, you can bank wherever you are in the world because the Bank of Crocker is there too, and they've kept up with our ever-changing times. The Bank of Crocker, a full-service bank with 4 area locations in Crocker, Waynesville, St. Robert, and Richland. At 106, you might say they're as old as the hills, but when it comes to technology, they're as young as tomorrow. The Bank of Crocker, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The Fort Leonard Wood MWR.
Morale, welfare, recreation.
Since World War I, the U.S. Army MWR has been providing a supportive environment for Army families.
Enhancing their strength and resilience and quality of life. From physical fitness programs to education and job opportunities for family members.
From childcare and school excellence.
To fun, recreational events like free family movies every Friday and Saturday.
From enlistment through retirement.
The MWR is here for your Army family.
For services and fun activities, go to Fort Leonard Wood MWR.com.
Back here, Marv Luton along with Mike Hartley and Shane McPherson helping us out here up in the press box as well. As the Waynesville Tigers trailing now 23-14, and Josh Schneiderer will boot it away. The last time was the first time he did not kick one into the end zone. This time he's going to pop it high up into the air again, and fielding it at the 30-yard line for the Tigers is going to be Eric Kane.
That's pretty good coaching, Marv, because he's got a pretty good headwind, and instead of making it returnable, a kick, you know what I mean, returnable, he's pooching it a little bit and making them fair catch it.
Because you're right, you can take a look at the flag, and the flag is blowing to the from the west to the east, which is how this stadium sits, and it is straight out. So you're right, he would be kicking that into the wind. So you're right, Mike. Good call.
Well, blind squirrel finds an acorn every now and then.
Yeah. Deuce is right, Deuce is left, and Draley pulls the ball out of the quarter or the running back's gut, throws a little flare pass on the play action. We're going to have a penalty flag over on the other side of the field. Right as Tajay Parrish caught the ball, he spun around, and they may either get an incidental face mask on Parrish or a hold on the Waynesville Tigers. Where the flag is, I'm thinking it's more of a face mask.
Yeah.
Illegal man downfield. Why didn't we think of that one?
Because it developed so quick.
Yeah. And I don't know how that happens.
I don't know how you can do that when you're throwing it within 2 seconds.
You can, you just have to have somebody that moves down the field before the ball is even thrown, and the ball is thrown 2 seconds. Draley did not waste any time throwing that. That has happened to us all year long. And it's happened to other teams all year long, too, as well. No, not Glendale. But you're right. Not last week it didn't. In motion is David Adams. He will take it on an end around. He will follow a couple of blockers through. Adams still on his feet. He will get back to the original line of scrimmage and then being pushed back about 3 or 4 yards. But they're going to give him, they're going to mark it at the 32-yard line. So it's going to bring up a second down or make it a 3rd down and 10 now for the Tigers. It should be 2nd and 10, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Waynesville Tigers have got to get a short passing game in this, Marv, because Kickapoo has figured out it's either going to be Lawson up the middle off the guards or tackles, or they're going to just stick one guy permanently on Adams because about every 3rd time we're going to give him the ball.
Yeah, but the play at the end of the first quarter or first half, that was Tajay Parrish. Let's get number 13 into the game, too.
We've got to get somebody else in this.
Deuces left, Deuces right. Draley pulls the ball out, hits Parrish. Tajay Parrish gets knocked out of bounds at the 9-yard line. They're listening to us.
Yeah, there you go.
For a change, they're listening to us.
Short pass to Parrish.
Yes. 9-yard gain on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and 1. Oh, wow. What happened to that spot? Oh, he did step out of bounds, I guess, at the 38-yard line. So he's 3 yards shy of a first down. 3rd and 3 now for the Tigers. And Draley hands off to Lawson. Lawson go to the left side. He pops one. He stiff arms one tackler out of his way, and he made his way to the first down marker. Good move, Sheen Butler Lawson. Well, he saved one there. He just shoved that. He just took that stiff arm, pushed his one defender out of the way, and then rolled to the outside, picked up the first down for the Tigers. So it's 1st and 10 for Waynesville. Ball at the 43-yard line of the Tigers. They're trailing 23-14 in this game. We are in the 3rd quarter. Butler Lawson will take it to the outside. He'll run out of bounds. 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 2.5 minutes left to go here in the 3rd. They will spot this back at the 40-yard line. 2nd and 13 now for the Tigers.
Which we're playing right into their hands. They know we're going to go with the pass this time. It's just, is it going to be deep or is it going to be short in the middle?
Parrish, Adams, and Gaiman wide to the right. To the other side, it's Jonathan Ray, and rolling to the outside is Braden Draley.
Come back,
He's going to throw it, and he hits David Adams, and Adams cannot hang on. That was not a great pass to David Adams. He had to dive to try to pick it up, and he was not able to hold on. Pass goes incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down now and 13. That would not have been enough for a first down anyway. Matter of fact, that has still been about 4 to 5 yards shy of the first down if he would have had it. So 3rd and 13 for the Tigers. Ball on the Waynesville 40-yard line. Again, Waynesville trailing 23-14, 2:22 left to go in the 3rd.
Now just get about 7 or 8 on this.
Trips to the right. Draley will be chased out of the pocket. He'll have to throws this deep down the field, and the pass almost picked off by Kickapoo, and the only one down there that had any chance of catching that football was Kickapoo's Adrian Davis. Nobody from Waynesville in a black jersey or a black helmet was within 20 yards of that football.
Because they were on down another 10 yards.
Now, is that, you're a former wide receiver. Is that a misread on the wide receiver's part, or is that a bad throw by the quarterback, or is it a combination of both, or don't we know?
Let's blame both of them, but them wide receivers have got to start working back on that.
You're right. Here is the snap, and again, Breck back into the game, and that's good news. And not a great punt by Tim Breck, who's working with screwed up right knee. And again, this one, it looked like, I don't know, is he a left-footed kicker? Yes. Okay, so he did kick that ball with his left foot. Didn't get a lot of boot on it. Ball rolls out of bounds at the 43-yard line. So a net punt of only about 15 yards for the Waynesville Tigers. Gives Kickapoo the ball in good field position with 2:04 left to go in the third. They're up by 9.
Yeah, and on his behalf, he's got to put all that weight on that right foot to get the left leg to go in motion.
Yep. Oh yes, his knee. The only thing they are using Tim Breck for right now is a kicking situation. They have pulled him out from the offensive and defensive line. Here is Coates with the ball. He'll roll to the outside, cut it back to the middle. Waynesville will grab him, and they will try to strip the ball away from him. Coates holds on, and he will gain about 5 yards on the play. They're going to spot the ball at the 49-yard line. If I were the Kickapoo Chiefs right now with 1:49 left to go here in the game, in the third quarter, and up by 9, I am running this ball right down the throat of the Waynesville Tigers. I am going to take as much time off of that clock as I possibly can.
Well, Coates was their leading rusher the first half, and that's the first time he's carried the ball in the second half.
Second half, it's been pretty much
air game.
Mason Hour to throwing the ball. Yeah, we have a timeout on the field as one of the offensive linemen down there, and I'm not sure whether that's 56 or 66, has removed his shoe. Has to be 66. That would be Tyler Wagner. I don't know if he's got a cleat problem. He's going to come off the field.
He's still losing it.
Yeah, coming in. Jesse Pendergrass comes on to replace him. He's going over. Looks like there was a problem with a cleat.
Yeah.
Is what it looked like. So the Tigers shifting the defense right now as Mason Hour works it and fakes the handoff, takes it himself, rolls to the outside, and he'll be chased out of bounds by Tracy Gates at the 50-yard line. Shy of a first down. That's going to bring up a third down and about 4.
I don't know if he gained anything on that one, Mark.
No, he did. I don't think he did, Mike. It was 2nd and 4. It's 3rd and 4. He got run out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So the ball is placed again at the 49-yard line. Pretty big third down right now for the Waynesville Tigers with 1:15 left to go here in the third. If they can force Kickapoo to punt the football back to him.
Send them.
Hour to the right. Little flare pass to the outside. The pass is caught at the 45 and tackled at the 40-yard line. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Waynesville Tigers could not bring down the receiver. And putting his shoe on is Ian Martis. First down for the Chiefs. All of a sudden, we've got shoe problems.
Must be a bunch of recaps out there.
1:01 left to go into the third. Kickapoo 23, Waynesville 14. Ball at the 42-yard line of Waynesville. The Chiefs with the football. Mason Hour works from the pistol formation. Right behind him is his running back, Coates. Coates gets the ball, and Coates is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Maybe one. Eric Kane on the tackle for the Waynesville Tigers. Also on the tackle for the Tigers is Deron Anderson, number 31. Haven't called Deron's number a lot. We are tonight. He is probably one of the replacements for Devin Stearns or for Eddie Yoon. Pablo Cuevas, again, at the nose tackle position for the Tigers. Gatzmeyer and Clary are the other two on the line. And here's a quarterback keeper. Hour to the outside. Has a little running room, and he will slip and hit the ground. Eric Kane
either a face mask or a collar.
Yeah, as he went down, Eric Kane reached down there and tried to grab him, and there are penalty flags flying everywhere. So at least 2 referees saw it. A personal foul. Face mask for the Waynesville Tigers. That is a 15-yarder. That is 85 yards in penalties, and that is going to happen from the spot of the foul, and that was where the player was tackled at the 28-yard line, and they're going to march it 15 yards down the field, and that will put the ball, looks like right around the 11-yard line, and that is the end of the third quarter. 23-14, Kickapoo on top of the Waynesville Tigers. We are back in 1 minute.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
Well, we have some more updates for you from around the Ozark Conference. Camdenton, 43-28 over Glendale with 4.5 left to go in the third. It's the final. West Plains knocking off Rolla 63-28. That is a huge win for West Plains. Moves them again up the Class 4 ladder a little bit. 11-35, Parkview 25. That is at the half. We are beginning our fourth quarter with the Kickapoo Chiefs leading the Waynesville Tigers.
And threatening.
Again. They have shut the Tigers out in the first and third. Up the middle goes the running back Coates, and he will get it to the 5-yard line, tripped up and falls forward to the 2-yard line. Where did his knee go down? Looks like they're going to spot it right around the 2.5-yard line, so that will be another first down, first and goal to go now for the Kickapoo Chiefs at the 3-yard line is what it says on the scoreboard. That's the Tiger 3-yard line. And here is Coates, and he will follow a couple of blockers through, but the Tigers stand him up right at the 3 and drive him back, and that is Tim Breck back into the game now for the Tigers. I did not think they would be using Breck too much on that defensive line. But he's a trooper. He is a trooper. Him and Pablo Cuevas, they need those two big guys in there to fend off this big Chiefs team. Second and goal to go now at the 2. Gain of 1 on the play. And here's a handoff to Coates, and he is stopped again. Did he get to the 1? No, well, maybe the 1.5.
I don't know if he got.
That's going to bring up a third and goal to go. They're going to give him 1 on that. Or maybe gain of nothing on the play. And the Kickapoo Chiefs on a third. That's going to be is that for 3? I think that's only third down. The Chiefs are bringing in a whole new bunch. Offensive linemen. They are going to 1, 2, 3 fullbacks in front of Coates, the running back, and a penalty flag. 1, 2, 3, 4 flags fly. Somebody moved, I'm sure, before that ball was snapped.
But I do like the play.
Yeah. Is that what that's called, a jumbo set, where you put 3 fullbacks in front of a running back? And every large person on the field for Kickapoo. And illegal procedure on Kickapoo. That's going to back them up 5. That's basically a motion penalty. I think the referee wanted to signal motion, but he kind of forgot which one, because he started with his hand up here, and then he just decided to roll him around. So an illegal procedure call, but it was actually a motion call on the Kickapoo Chiefs. They back them up 5. Third down and goal to go now. This one at the 6.5-yard line. And Auer back to throw. He is being chased around. The Tigers just cannot catch him. He rolls to the right side, throws it into the end zone. The pass is up into the air. Did the Tigers pick it off?
Intercepted
it? Did the Tigers pick it off?
He did.
Yes.
Touchback.
It is a touchback. Waynesville picks it off into the end zone. David Adams, or is that? Yep, they're giving high fives to David Adams. Also back in the backfield where Waynesville was Aaron Emperado. But it looks like David Adams picks it off into the end zone. They're also giving Eric Kane some high fives, but Kane wasn't back there. So our first turnover of the contest comes at 10:15 here in the fourth quarter. The Tigers pick off Kickapoo in the end zone. The ball moves out to the 20-yard line, so they keep Kickapoo from getting into the end zone. And boy, that has got to be a momentum boost.
You know, Ariel, he's played a pretty good game at quarterback. Played a smart game, and that was probably the first time he did that mistake going into the crowd.
Here's a low snap that Draley's able to pick up. David Adams gets it, and he will roll to the outside on a jet sweep, and he will get to the 30-yard line. That could be a gain of about 9 on the play. If they mark it at the 30, it's a first down. If they mark it at the 29, it's a 9-yard gain.
9-yard gain.
He'll give it the 9 yards. 2nd and 1 now for the Tigers. 10:08 left to go. Waynesville down by 9, 23-14. Tigers need a couple of, they need 2 scores, a touchdown and a field goal, and keep Kickapoo off the board, and the Tigers can win this game. Adams on the fake handoff. Instead, it goes to Butler Lawson. He'll pick up the first down out to the 35-yard line. That is the 14th first down by Waynesville here in this game. That's a lot of first downs for only 14 points on the board. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, spotted at the 35.
But they've rushed it a lot, Marv.
They have rushed it a lot. Trips to the left, one to the right. Jonathan Ray is the lone wideout to the right. Draley back to throw. He is being chased out of the pocket, and he is going to be running. He's all the way back to the 5-yard line. And now Draley across the middle hits Tajay Parrish at the 35 at the line of scrimmage. And did we lose some yardage on the play? I don't think we gained anything.
No, we didn't get maybe a yard.
Yeah, we gained a yard on that. Draley ran all the way back
but Parrish ran back to the quarterback like he's supposed to.
Like you said, Mike, you're right. Parrish did go back to the quarterback when he saw his quarterback in trouble. Draley all the way back to the 5-yard line. That offensive line going to have to do a little bit better job of protecting Braden Draley. That time Kickapoo got through. 2nd and 9 for Waynesville. Again, trailing 23-14, 8:57 left to go. Time is ticking away, and we barely got that one off. Sheen Butler Lawson will go to the outside. He gives a couple of kids a stiff arm, but he'll go down at the 30-yard line. We will lose 5 on that one.
Those are the ones that hurt.
Yep. We can do so well at times, and then other times we just can't seem to block anybody. Gatzmeyer tying his shoe. Got a little stoppage in play right now. Ethan's ready to go. It's going to be 3rd down and 13 now for the Tigers. Ball setting at the 31-yard line. Draley works out of the pistol. Butler Lawson is behind him. Sheen goes to the outside. Draley looking for somebody to throw to. Draley will roll to the outside, and he'll cut it down the sidelines, and he'll get it to the 48-yard line before he is knocked out. Well, no, he didn't get knocked out of bounds. Stayed in bounds, but he will pick up a first down. Heads up play by Braden Draley. Nobody downfield to throw to, so he tucked it, had a little running room down the sideline right in front of the Waynesville bench, and picks up the first down at the 49-yard line.
And Draley's got some pretty good legs underneath him. If he decides to tuck that ball in, Marvin, run, he can cover some territory.
1st and 10 for the Waynesville Tigers again at their own 49-yard line, trailing by 9, but 7.5 minutes left to go. Butler Lawson with the ball, and he'll cut it up the middle, and he'll get into Kickapoo territory at the Kickapoo 49. That's a gain of 2 on the play. That clock right now is not on the side of the Waynesville Tigers. This time management brought to you by Mike Anthony, your shelter insurance agent in Waynesville. 7:07 left to go. Tigers down by 2 scores. Here is Draley, handoff to Butler Lawson. Butler Lawson spins out of one tackle. He gets close to a first down for another. They may give it to him.
That or a measurement. It's pretty close.
And they have stopped the clock. And usually when that happens, there is a penalty flag on the play, and there is, and it is an illegal procedure penalty against the Waynesville Tigers. So, Tigers moved back another 5 yards. 90 yards in penalties now for the Tigers. That is their 12th. So the ball goes back in Tiger territory to the Waynesville 47. Brings up a 2nd and 12, and now we're down to about 6.5 minutes left to go. Draley hands off to Butler Lawson. He'll get a little running room. He is loose.
Get outside.
To the 40, to
block.
the 30. A great block. There's another good one by Tajay Parrish. And Sheen Butler Lawson is in the end zone. And again, he goes in from the 47-yard line of Kickapoo. So, that is a 53-yard touchdown run by Lawson.
I don't know who made that block, Marv, but they not only blocked the guy out of the play, they blocked him into a guy that could make the play.
That's even better.
You betcha.
So Sheen Butler Lawson goes 53 yards into the end zone. 6:21 left to go here in this contest. The Waynesville Tigers trying to make this a 2-point game, and this shot was no good by Aaron Choi, and that could end up being a killer. Extra point, no good. We are now down by 3.
Well, it's not that it's a killer. You got to have the field goal anyway.
Yeah, you got to have the field goal anyway, but a field goal could win it if you can hold Kickapoo rather than now the field goal, all it can do is tie.
And win is a very big word right now.
Yes, it is. Defense is even a bigger word right now with 6:21 left to go here in this game. The Tigers trailing by 3, 23-20 over the Kickapoo Chiefs. The Tigers will kick off when we come back.
A lot of families are choosing vacations closer to home this year, but that doesn't mean you have to take the adventure out of your family fun. Odyssey Scuba wants to help you discover how much fun and how affordable scuba diving in Missouri can be. Local dive trips each month give you more choices of places to go and things to do. Check us out at moscuba.com or stop by Odyssey Scuba in downtown Waynesville to see for yourself all the adventure you could be having close to home. Odyssey Scuba. Let's go diving.
We're back. Marv Luton along with Mike Hartley here at Waynesville. 6:21 left to go here in the game. Waynesville down by 3 and will boot the ball away. Aaron Choi kicks this thing off to Houston, fields it at the 19-yard line. And up the sideline goes Austin Houston, knocked out of bounds at around the 40. Depending on where the referee says he stepped out of bounds, but it will be 1st and 10 for Kickapoo. And now the defense has to come onto the field for the Waynesville Tigers, Mike, and the defense has to hold Kickapoo.
They've got to hold him. They got to get the ball back, and they've got to get the ball down to get in choice, to get to where he's in field goal range. And you need a little bit more because he's got a pretty good headwind, Marv.
Yes, he does.
So you don't want this come down to like a 25, 30 yard.
No, you want
it on down.
You want a chip shot. Here is Coates with nowhere to go, and he is wrapped up. He will gain 1 yard on the play. Trenton Sexton, Nick Clary, Ethan Gatzmeyer on the tackle for the Tigers. Also in there on that was Maurice Fiame. Gain of 2, they say. 2nd and 8. That's a generous spot.
It was a generous spot.
Thought the Tigers had them pinned back right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 8. Again, Mason Auer, the quarterback. Next to him is Dalton Colts, the running back. Auer back to throw, has plenty of time. Here come the Tigers, and now he's just going to throw this thing away and out of bounds.
You think he learned from the last one?
Probably. Gatzmeyer and Clary were both chasing him down, and he was about 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, we haven't had pressure on him until that throw right there and the one before, but I'm defense. I'm sending my linebackers.
3rd down and 8 right now for Kickapoo. Again, they are in their territory at their own 38-yard line. Auer back to throw, a little screen pass, and again, this one is going to go for a 1st down, just barely for a 1st down, as Ian Martis gets the ball at the 45 and scoots over to the 47, close to the 50-yard line, picks up the 1st down, moves the chains. Chiefs keep the ball. 5:22 left to go. Tigers with 2 timeouts. Kickapoo, all 3 of theirs. Time management brought to you by your shelter insurance agent in downtown Waynesville, Mike Anthony. Deuces left, deuces right for Kickapoo. And here's Dalton Colts will get the handoff, and he will be wrapped up by Eric Kane. Also Trenton Sexton, but not before he gains 8 yards on the play in Tiger territory down to the Waynesville 43-yard line. Under 5 minutes left to go. The Tigers must have a stop here.
Got to.
This is almost essential. Second down and about 2. Kickapoo with the ball because we're at 4 minutes left to go here. Tigers trailing by 3. Second down and about 6 for Kickapoo. Ball at the Waynesville 27-yard line. Our hand off to the outside.
Touchdown.
And that is a touchdown, it looks like.